What's up, everybody? How we doing tonight? Hello, hello. How are we? We're just connecting the second stream chat tonight. There we go. Should be connecting shortly. Let me get this music turned off on you guys. Oh, Lord. Here we go. Hello, hello. Hello, P. Hello, Belle. Aphrodite. Hello, hello. All righty then. Good morning, Vietnam. That was a great movie. God, Robin Williams. Oh, man, Robin Williams, what an actor. Oh, thank you for joining the fan club. Yeah, baby. Followed you. You have followed me. Do you know you have followed me for 1,886 days? That's what it just told me. What's up, everybody? Oh, excuse me. Let's see. Why does it not say? Ooh. Day one. All right. Why is the tiki-talkie chatty? What's up, everyone? Hang on. There we go. There we go. No, it worked. What? That's Liz. Liz has followed me for that long. That was her. That's the only person. That's the only one. That's the only guy. Excuse me, man. Long time. How? Ooh. I almost said got a little rune stuck in my throat, but that wouldn't have sounded well. That's all done. Wise, Islis, eyes, puffy. Yes. We were actually well, it's funny that you mentioned that, because earlier today she tried. Oh, thank you. She tried to unlock her phone and facial recognition said, "Who the heck is you?" It didn't understand who she was with the puffy eyes, but we're good now. We did some work today. She talked it through. We worked it out. She cried it out this morning on the couch, and yeah. And now she's on Tower of Dawn. She's finishing the last chunk of that up. I mean, it's.
I'll probably just continue spiraling tonight. It's fine.
It's fine. Apparently, I'm going to spiral too. So I guess we'll be spiraling together. After all the good news yesterday, I guess we have to spiral at some point, right? Hey, everybody. What's up, Pixie?
Hi.
Allie's here. We got Britt here. Mon's here.
Thank you. Oh, that was brutal. That.
She said it was brutal.
Much like someone, I would have been on my knees with no words.
Oh, I mean, there were words. Oh, you talking about? Oh,
no word.
Oh, I mean, he was screaming. Well,
yeah, after that.
I mean, after after the phase.
He was just there.
Oh, Allie! Wow, Allie's little even watched the podcast. What, Allie? Allie had a date the other night, and he was very respectable, and they ended up rune-danning a little bit. He showed her 3 things with certainty, and it was enjoyable. It was a good night. It was a good night. And then now, I mean, hey, let's go. It's all in the Discord, folks. I'm not going to put out the woman's business anymore. But anyway, I like it. I all of it. I'm not going to put it all out there. Just 3/4 of it. I mean,
I hope it was okay.
Everybody already knows. I'm just telling everybody, the world.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. All right. Well, we're not going to take too long tonight, but really quick.
Starting from class.
Really, who is? Who? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. He is. So, yeah.
The mail's here. Let's go. Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wail.
Yeah, baby. We got a little bit of mail. got a little bit of mail. I think we got another sticker here. So we're going to check it. Oh, I think we got a few. She said, Allie Grace, marry this man. Oh, holy shit fucking balls, Batman. This is the motherload. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. It is Calvin and Hobbes like a oh, hell. Motherfuck, yeah. Motherfuck. Fuck, shit. Fuck, motherfuck.
Live, dude.
I don't care. This is epic. Oh, this is so entertainment purposes. Oh, you got to go show that one. You got to, if you could do the camera trick. Thank you. These are freaking epic AF. Here you go. There, look at that one. Oh, yeah, you're good, boo. Yeah. These are epic. Oh, and she dropped. Yeah. These are so cool. Yeah, that one's a little closer because it's, there you go. So, yeah. What's up, Swazan? Oh, these are epic. Thank you. And then, there we go. Up just a little bit. And then, there we go. Right there. Perfect. There we go. Wait. Ooh, said take it back, run. So, thank you so much. Those are definitely going to get, ooh, those are epic. Epic. Now, we have had this for a while. We just didn't open it because we haven't had a live. So, I will just say that. Where is the opening? But I think you're right, P. I think it is thine robe. I don't have to use the... Oh, those are epic as hell. Ah, yes. Now we're officially the wise judge. Oh, this is maybe we'll get her to bedazzle it or Judge Judy the Collar or something. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's go. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. We're going to official this shit. Yep. We're going to be ready for Sunday's discussions. Oh, we got so many discussions. The first discussion, just so you know, Sunday, thank you, P. This is going to be epic. Is how many people really thought Bryaxis was a girl? Like, how many people thought Bryaxis was just a big, scary-ass fucking creature that would kill whatever it wanted to at any given time? Entertainment purposes, TikTok. Like, thank you, love. Instead, what? So that's what we're going to be talking about. That's pretty freaking cool. But wow. We're going to talk about that and many, many other things. I don't know. Seriously? Hey, honestly, Goddess of Fear? Absolutely, 100%. I figured it was a big, scary cloud creature. I don't know. It's crazy. I was surprised. Everyone was surprised. Braxis was your favorite? Cool. Where is Braxy now? That's the question. Timmy's scared of Braxy right now. Yeah, what do you mean, Braxy? I thought compelling theory posted in the court about Braxis. Oh no, okay. I didn't either. Yeah, makes Cassian's fear of her even better. That is kind of funny. That is funny. Okay. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, so. Ooh, I don't want to spend too much. I don't want to be rude with this, but I don't want to spend too much time at chatting because we do have a lot of story to get through, and I want to try to get through all of it. But I will say this. Hang on, let me get this all prepped up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hang on, let me recount that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 8. So who is 8? I hope you understand what I'm saying. Who is tonight's representative speaker? I need one person now to designate this night's speaker. 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 9. Okay. Oh, are we going with Q? Oh, we have a Q. We have a Mon. We have a Q, we have a Mon, we have a DW. Oh, okay. Once again, we go back to it's funny what's happening. We're talking in letters. A, P, Q, DW. It's hilarious. It's like, what do we have? All right. Oh. Ooh, it looks like Mon bows out to DW. Q is passed on this time. Q, I guess. Q? Okay, Q's going to vote for DW. DW, do you accept? Do you accept the responsibilities of thine number? She accepts. I love you, my love. Thank you for your service and appreciation. All right. So, this is how we're going to do the buttons, so that way there's no confusion at all. No confusion at all. You're going to earn one button. May the cauldron bless you. Yes, thank you. You'll earn one button push every 10K. All right, every 10K. So that's when you get your button push. If during a chapter you manage to get for every 5K over the 10K on the likes, you'll get an extra button push. Okay? I think that way we'll get some motivation in there. Everybody understand the rules? So every 10K is an automatic. Once I start reading, so like right now, we're going to get started, you'll be at 10K. So if you get to 15K, you'll get 2. If you get to 20K, you'll get 3. You get to 25K, you get 4. I think everybody's with me. Are we tracking? All right. The rune button doesn't count. You're correct. The rune button doesn't count. As a matter of fact, let's get the night started off right. Let's 100% Emily. Thank you for keeping me on track, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Everybody of all ages. He still got robbed in the first round. Rune Dannon.
Rune Dannon, Crown Prince of the Valbaran Fae.
I still cannot believe that man got robbed in the first round. The first round. Robbery, I tell you. I tell you. Timmy has been arguing about it the whole time. Everybody's favorite button is Rune. That's funny. That's funny. I will say this. Oh, 1 second. Excuse me, I got a cough. Every button's new. Every button is new. Hey, welcome, Lisa. All right. Riddick would have taken it if it... All right, let's get started. Okay. So where do we leave off? Oh, fuck, that's right. Okay, so we left off. We lost freaking Adarna. Well, we didn't lose her. She took off. That was the other day. And then they're working their crap out. They got a plan. They're going to Dreyfus right. And as they're arguing and all the bullshit's going on, a knock happens on the door. Garrick shows up with a shield on his back. And we find out that really Theophany has got motherfucking Mira, right? And they tried to figure out the plans. They only got one option. She has to pick one plan. She can't save everybody. She can't save one plan. And she's picked it. So that's where we're at. Woo! All right, we're locking in. Are we ready? Are we ready? Here we go.
Rune Dannon, Crown Prince of the Valbaran Fae.
Most cadets believe their ability to recite historical fact will usher them onto the adept path, but it is actually the ability to observe and recount it that separates the librarians from the scribes. She walked in and out. I'm scared. Colonel Daxton's Guide to Excellence in the Scribe Quadrant. Chapter 58, Onyx Storm. Terran can fly to the nearest edge of the cliffs of Dralor in 2 hours, but it does us no good to leave Sigel, Kerr, or Marba behind. So by the time we reach the 10,000-foot drop, we are already dropping. We're cutting it close to Theophany's deadline. You know what? We're not even going to fuck around tonight. I think we just going to get ready. I think, Arnisha, let's get to battle, girl. All right, we're ready. Fucking 10,000-foot drop. Let's do it. Okay, let's do it. We reached the 10,000-foot drop. We're cutting it close to Theophany's deadline. Gods, if we miss it, if we're too late, she kills Mira. My throat threatens to close. We'll make it, Terran promises as we descend the cliffs in a steep dive between the falls and the crowded Medro Pass. It has been a treacherous, deadly climb in autumn, and we were cadets. I can't begin to imagine how civilians, how children are making The assent. Do you agree that it is a trap? The words spill out before I can stop them. Of course, he replies, but you already know that. Otherwise, we would have discussed it over the last 3.5 hours. Guilt wedges itself between my ribs as we plunge into a thick layer of fluffy white clouds. Ernisha is a girl too? Why the fuck not? I mean, she a girl with a mustache. Ernisha can't be a girl. I mean, I guess she could. I think Ernisha gotta be a dude. I think Ernisha gotta be a guy. I'm sorry. Or a really funny looking girl. Well, she does look kind of funny. Anyway, focus wise. Okay. White fluffy clouds. Do not dishonor me with such emotions, he lectures. And how does Sigel feel about me endangering Zayden? I scan the clouds as best I can for the outline of the wyvern, but the cover is thick and we're moving too fast to be thorough. He had not agreed and she would still be in Arisha, and your Dark One would be walking. Excellent point. Theophany took Mira because of me. I'm the reason she's going through this. You are a lightning welder, and while your life may not matter more than the other riders, your signet does. You are the weapon and will have to learn to accept the sacrifice of others in your name if you want to win this war. Nausea churns in my stomach, and you think I should have accepted Mira's death as that sacrifice. We burst through the clouds, and the fields comes into a startling view. If I did, I would still be in Arisha, and you would be walking. My heart sinks as I survey the landscape. The eastern fields approach Dreythus and are covered in the hordes of grey wyverns settling siege against the line of dragons and griffins perched upon the guard stands along the walls. They outnumber us in ratio. I don't even want to calculate. For the first time, I'm relieved that Adarna chose to go. Brennan is brilliant, but this feels unwinnable. Our estimates were off. It appears so. Fuck me. But none of them launch to attack as we descend, nor do they impede the thick line of evacuees steaming from the city's western gates. Mulvik has been spotted along the cliff, Terran warns as he flares his wings, slowing our momentum. Fucking Eric. If he gets himself schmilled, he has been seen flying south away from the conflict. He splits every word in disgust. He's got a plan. What in Amari's name could he be doing? It's not like Eric to run away, nor Malvik. Because they can see the shit. They can figure some shit out, right? Oh, we're not going to lose Eric, are we? Fuck, I'm so scared. Terran levels out as we approach the northern field where the last and I spot a horde of dozen wyverns waiting in a circle around Tyne. In and out, I force myself to breathe. It's unnatural to hold a dragon captive. The wyvern are perched on heavy chains that loop around Taine's tail, binding the legs into its snout, and pin his wings to his thrashing body. Each line of metal is coated in his blood, and several of his scales litter the ground. Theophany stands on them, silver hair shining, holding one blade to Mira's throat and another against her ribs. Entertainment, TikTok, entertainment. My grip tightens as the pummel, and I can't tell if it's Turn's rage or my own stampeding through my veins. Jesus Christ. But it tramples every last ounce of my fear, my doubt, my guilt, until I am nothing but wrath. How fucking dare she? She dies for this. Entertainment purposes, TikTok. Terran demands, his impact rustling the green meadow grass as we land 20 feet in front of Theophany, who welcomes us with a smile. She hasn't drained the field yet, but she hasn't beaten the shit out of my sister. The right side of Mira's face is purple and swollen. Her throat carries a necklace of bruises, and blood drips from her left hand, but her leathers hide its origin. Theophany's scarlet long-sleeved tunic and pants aren't helping with the contrast either. Agreed. You carry Teen if we can't fly. I unbuckled from my saddle and the others land on the other side of Tarn. Not without sinking my claws into him. He growls low in his throat, spending no more time on the ground than necessary. I'll stick to the plan. Leveling my bag strapped behind Tarn, I adjust the leather-capped quiver and holster crossbow at my back. Check to make sure my conduit is tucked safely in my pocket, then dismount. All Theophany has to do is set her hand on the ground, and we're all dead. I am here, just like you wanted. I hold my arms out, and the power rises within me, heating my flight-chilled skin. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Brennan approach from the left, while Zayden and Bodhi walk in at my right. So you are. The wind wisps Theophanie's long silver braid as her smile crackles in her chapped lips, and my eye's gaze catches the pulsing veins at her temples and fade remnants of a tattoo on her forehead. And yet you seem to have lost your irid. How inconvenient. No, Mira garbles, and Theophany tightens her gnarled grip on the blade, pressing it harder against Mira's throat. Another ounce of pressure and her skin will split. Shh, speak again, and I'll split your dragon's blood all over this field, Theophany says to Mira's ear as the others reach me. My sister stills as the men reach my side. Let them go. I will slaughter the Dark Welder where she stands. Energy hums in my veins, ready for the first opportunity to strike. Stay calm, Zayden says, shadows curling over the toes of his boots. Adrift south and drifting south as we start to walk closer. Stay in control. He glances toward the doomed city, keeping the promise I made to Brennan means not looking, so I don't. That's usually my line. I keep my eyes off Mira, focusing solely on the Dark Welder. Not yet. And 4-on-1 hardly seems fair. Theophany glances at Brennan, then Bodhi. I didn't ask for either of you to attend. I thought you requested brothers. Next time, be more specific about who's invited, I suggest. Jesus Christ. And yet you didn't bring the brother he wanted. Theophany sighs. Berwyn will be disappointed. Berwyn? Who the fuck is Berwyn? A thin line of blood appears along the edge of her knife. He's on the way, I said quickly. Berwyn, Zayden senses, and his focus swings south to the city again. That's where he needs to be, in position to save as many people as possible. But he's made it clear he doesn't want to leave me. Yes, hence the term brother. Theophany glances my way. I won't make the mistake with you Berwyn made with Jack. He spills his sage's secrets too easily. I'm not turning. My hands curl into fists. You are, she states like it's certain. In just a few minutes, in fact. She's turning. Okay. What? I'm intrigued to see what the actual catalyst will be. Her eyes light up. Saving your sister? Defending your lover? The trite yet always popular revenge. I'm betting on a combination of all three. Her head tilts and she rests her cheek against the top of Mira's head. Speaking of which, time is up. My heart lurches and a gust of wind blows from the path. He's here, Garrett shouts. I glance left and find Kath standing where they had only been empty space moments before. His foreclaw clutching a familiar rune armoire. They made it. But the knife still in Mira's throat makes it hard to feel any sort of relief. Show him to me, Theophany orders. Zayden rolls his neck, and the shadows around his feet drift past Bodhi's. Garrick dismounts, then walks to the Resbid chest, the slower the steps than usual, and pulls the key from his pocket. It only takes a few seconds for him to open the chest door. There he is. Theophany smiles. Thank you for the gifts, but I don't risk taking my eyes off her to examine how Jack is doing, especially not when Mira looks like she might pass out at any second. Just one little matter of business to attend to, and then we'll begin. He is emaciated and wan, Taryn tells me, suspended in air as the chest intends, and he appears sedated. I can show you through my eyes if you prefer. Description is perfect. Thank you. I lift my chin. Both Jack and I are here. Our end of the deal is fulfilled, so let Mira and Tyne go. Brennan's hand flexes at his sides. That wasn't the deal, Theophany tisks. I said I will let Drythus stand. Not your sister would live. Her mouth curves in a sadistic smile. First thing to learn about us is we are careful with our words. And the second, we also lie. She draws the blade across Mira's neck and slits her throat. You can't! Not Mira. Fuck. All right, they're going to save her, though. All right. All right, where'd you get to? You got to 11. Okay. Do you want your buttons now or do you want to hold them? Fucking Mira. Fucking Mira. That hurt. Look, I'm not going to lie. That hurt more than fucking Adarna leaving. That sucks. I like her. This is bullshit. Once again, thank you for the stress ball. 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 All right. Whew. Mira. They might save her though. She might be saved, right? They might save her. It started. Oh, it was a solid cube. It doesn't last very much anymore. It's not good. Okay. So do you want to save it? Do you want to save your button push or would you like it now? And I just get going on to the next chapter. What would you like? Because right now we got Mira bleeding out. What would you like? This is fucked. This is seriously fucked. Oh, we're chosen. Okay. Oh, wait. Well, wait. Don't say it to Mira. No, she's not. They're going to say. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mira's bleeding out right now. That's where we just hit, Sean. Mira's just right across the throat. It's TikTok purposes. TikTok purposes. Oh, welcome. Oh, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Woo. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. No button for respect to Mira. Hey, appreciate the follow. Appreciate the follow. All right, DW. All right. We're moving on. We are moving on. Okay. Next chapter. Here we go. It was not without risk that the first dragons bonded humans, for though they clearly hold the power, their bonded riders made them the one thing they could not tolerate: vulnerable. Many dragons suffer the loss of their bonded riders in the name of self-preservation. Damn. The Sacrifice of Dragonkind by Major Deandra Naveen. Chapter 59. Onyx Storm. Here we go. Mira! I scream louder than a dragon's roar as crimson blood streams from the laceration in my sister's throat. Everything seems to happen at once, like a group of musicians cued for a performance. Time to play, Violet. Theophany hurls a dagger at Jack. Fucking, who cares? It's a Jack. A sea of gray wings rise in the south and my boots pound across the field. Zayden projects a stream of shadows towards Theophany, but the band flies southwards. What the fuck? No time to think. I am already running at the dark welder. Alloyed hilted dagger drawn with the closest wyvern launches and plucks Theophany from the ground as it flies overhead. Mira collapses to her knees in the grass, grabbing at the fatal cut with both hands, and suddenly nothing else matters. Not revenge, not Dreythus. My sister only has seconds. Malik, please, no! It's all right. My voice breaks. I discard my dagger and it hits the ground, catching her as she falls. Blood streams through my fingers as I press my hands against the pulsing wound at her throat. Pressure. She needs pressure. Not Mira. I yell at whatever deity will listen and press harder, like I can force the blood back into her body. My breath comes in stuttered gasps, terror cutting out of the flow of oxygen. Mira stares up at me, her brown eyes wide with shock, and I force a smile. She doesn't meet Malik in fear. You're going to be all right? I nod, my head jerking as my eyes blur. Move! Brennan hits his knees and I barely have time to yank my hand away before his is there. You will live. Do you hear me? He slams his eyes shut and sweat immediately beads from his forehead as he leans over Mira. Is it even possible? Brennan's powerful, but I can't think of a single rider who's been saved on the battlefield with an injury this extensive. She goes limp on my heart, seizes. But she's still breathing despite the blood coursing down the sides of her neck. Shapes blur and snarl sounds from every direction. I look up. The dragons leap over us, claws filling the sky before they land on the circle of wyverns. 4 of the gray creatures launch on the onslaught, shrieking their way into the sky. The daggers of Sigale's tail swings just a few feet above us, and I throw my body over Mira and Brennan as the navy blue blades cut so close I can feel the air rush against my skin. Zayden casts a wall of shadows blocking us from the fray. And to the right, I see Garrick pull the Venny's dagger from the door of the rebisted chest, and Bodhi forces the other one shut. Screeches fill the air, and my muscles lock as I look back over my shoulder at the impenetrable darkness. Tarn, I can't see him. They'll die, he says, fury saturating the bond. I take that the only good sign on this field as I sit back on my heels, giving Brennan room to breathe. Come on, come on, Brennan mutters, his brow furrowed in concentration, just like Dad used to. But he's swaying slightly, losing color in his face. It has to work. It just has to. Blood trickles down the column of Mira's neck, crossing her scar as her eyes flutter shut. You can't have her, I whisper up to Malik, and I swear the clouds darken slightly in acknowledgement, or maybe mocking as two reds approach from the south at tremendous speeds. Wait, what are they flying away from the city? I strain to identify the dragons. Thort? The tear pattern in her right wing is unmistakable, but that would mean, gods, Sloane is here. Liam, I'm sorry. My throat tries to close as I throw my head back and search the sky for the gray, but there's only Thort, and I blink. That's Kath on her tail. Sweat drips from Brennan's neck at the same alarming fast pace as blood from Mira's wound, and his breathing becomes labored. There's too much damage, he whispers. There isn't, I argue, glancing between Mira's slackened face and the stains of my brothers. Brennan, you can mend anything, remember? Mar roars. Your brother's limits the near of his power, Tarn warns, and I can't give him mine. My heart races. Get the chest out of here, Zayden shouts to Garrick. If she wanted him dead, he'd obviously know things they don't want us to. Garrick yells at the brown scorpion tail bound over the shadows to Garrick's side. A second later, they disappear along with the trunk. I feel a rush of air as they go and glance towards the sky as two reds approach. How much are we trusting Atos these days? Bodhi says as he runs towards us. Not enough for what he saw, Zayden answers, his shadows blocking what looks to be a trip of the wyvern's tail from hitting me. Winds from wing beats blow back Brennan's hair, and the reds land so close their heads hover over us as they skid to a halt, their talons dragging up the clumps of grass. Violet, I'm sorry, Brennan whispers. Don't say that, I shake my head. The blood flow is slowing. It's working, though it hasn't stopped. What the fuck are you doing here? Zayden calls up to Dane as he dismounts, but my focus firmly lacks over Brennan's shoulders. Following her ass, Dane replies, then winces at the crunch of bone. Coming from behind the wall of shadows, Zayden holds in place with both hands. She's under my command, and Kath alerted me the second they crossed the wards against orders. Sloane! He aims that last part of Sloane's direction. Sloane, a shard of hope pierces the terror wrapped around my heart. She races our way, reaching into her flight jacket to retrieve a cylindrical parcel the length of her hand. Eric told me you needed this. She stumbles as she catches the sight of Mira. I don't give a shit why she's here, only that she is. My eyes prickle. Please, Sloane's tearful gaze snaps to mine. Mira! Dane runs, then drops to a knee beside me. Oh shit, please, I blatantly, shamelessly beg Sloane. Brennan needs more power. We're going to lose her. She takes one tentative step, then another, as Brennan trembles. His hand on Mira's neck. I don't know. When you're... She stops her health. Transferring is different than imbuing. I know that much. Whatever you're going to do, you better do it fast. Bodhi warns, drawing a sword and standing guard, his eyes on the sky. Try, Dane urges, shoving the sleeve of his uniform up his forearm. It's dangerous to use your own power if you haven't trained, so take mine. I'm the only one here who doesn't have to weld today. Just try. A wyvern snarls behind me, and the distinctive snap follows. Sloane lowers herself between Dane and Brennan, and Mira's blood soaks into her leathers. One hand on my wrist, Dane says gently, like he's talking to a skittish horse. She stares at the gray handprint that scars his forearm. I don't want to do that. Become that. You won't. He lifts his brows. You can hate me later, but trust me now, or she dies. Sloane wraps her fingers around Dane's wrists. Her eyes flare and she swallows. It's something like, you shouldn't have this much power. Good thing for Mira, I do. Put the other hand anywhere on his skin. His skin is exposed, he orders. Sloane drops her little package and lifts her hand to the back of Brennan's neck. I brush Mira's hair off her forearm, leaving a bloody smear behind. She's so damn pale. I should have told her about Zayden. She should have told me about my dedication. We wasted so much time keeping things from each other when Dad warned me to only trust her. If I had, we would still... If I had, would this still have happened? Do not blame yourself for the wound you did not inflict, Taryn lectured. Eyes here, Dane says, and pulls Sloane, looks his way. Pull from the excess you feel in me and push to the defect in him. You're not a weapon of destruction. You're not a Vinny. You're the artery powered chosen to flow through. Your life. Her brow knits and Dane flinches. I'm going to hurt you. Gods don't. I know it. He nods. But you're not going to kill me, no matter how bad you want to. Now do it. Her mouth tightens and Dane grits his teeth. Precious long seconds pass before Brennan breathes deeply, and the color flushes his cheeks. A glance back to Mira, expecting the worst, but her chest still rises and falls. Blood ceased to drip, color returning to her cheeks. Brennan, I whisper, too scared to even hope. It's messy, but she's alive. My brother sits back, his frame drooping as he drags the back of his arm over the sweaty brow. Thank you, Myra. She lets go of both men, then lifts a gaze to mine. She'll be all right. Thanks to you. I say to Sloane, thank fucking God. All right, who else is fucked up? She blows out a swift sigh of relief as Brennan reaches for the water skin clasp at his hip. He quickly uncorks the top, then pours the water over Mira's neck. A thick, angry pink scar straddles her throat. I push her hair off her forehead again and give myself exactly 3 seconds to feel everything. My chest threatens to explode. 1, she's alive. 2, I won't have to navigate a world where she doesn't exist. 3, Brennan is a fucking miracle worker. We have to get Mira out of here, I say to my brother as the snarl and sounds of tearing flesh diminish behind me. A shape comes flying overhead, but is yanked back by a rope of shadows. Pretty sure it was a Talon. Agreed. Brennan looks toward Dreythus, where an outright battle has begun. Dragons and griffins hover above the city walls as the enormous crossbolts fire into the clouds of the approaching wyverns. You all right, Atos? Dane twists his hand around his wrists. I'm good. My stomach clenches. The hardest part of this will be trusting everyone to do their jobs, and the city isn't mine to hold. I glance at Zayden, then Dane. You both have to go. We'll be out of crossbolts soon. Dane raises to stand and offers a hand to Sloane. Fuck off, Atos. She rocks forward and up on her feet. Come on, Sloane. He pauses like he's counting to 3. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. Get back across the wards, Mira, and stay there. She turns on her heels and stalks towards Thor, lifting the middle finger. Bodhi snorts. Fucking first year, Dane mutters as she mounts. Rorison, I'll meet you down there. Her head towards Karth's forelegs. Dane, I shout as he looks back over his shoulders. Thank you. Don't thank me. Just tell me later how the fuck Garrick and Kath disappeared into thin air. He takes off at a run, and within a matter of seconds, both Thor and Kath fly into a separate direction. Bodhi helps Brennan to his feet. I don't want you to leave. Zayden drops the wall of shadows. I glance over my shoulder to find a dead wyvern scattered in the field, and Sigale and Tarn and Marb examining the chain strapped around Tyne. Thank you for all the gifts. I know, but you have to. I'll carry her. Brennan bends and scoops Mira's unconscious body off my lap. You're all right. I locate my alloy hilted daggers in the grass and pull back in place as I rise, then grab the package Sloane left behind too. It's addressed to Eric and bears an unbroken seal of Dune. Why in all that's holy would he send Sloane into a war zone to give me his own mail? I'm going to throttle... What the fuck? As soon as I figure out what the fuck he's currently doing, apparently saving everybody's ass right now. Mira gave me a little more than she needed to. I'm fine. He adjusts Myra's arm. I know you were supposed to stay, but take Mira, Bodhi says. We'll figure out how to free Tyne so she can follow. Agreed. Brennan's mouth tenses and he looks at me. I have more than a dozen runes I can leave. Thanks, but I'll pass. I interrupt. Better I stick to what I'm good at. He nods. Stick to the plan, Violet. No matter what goes wrong, we're counting on you. His gaze jumps to Zayden. That applies to you too. He doesn't waste time waiting for a reply. Just heads to Marb. I slip Eric's package into my flight jacket pocket and watch as Brennan walks away. Weird. There's no mark on the back of his neck like he carries on his palm. There hadn't been one on Dane's wrist either. You better go, Bodhi urges Zayden. We've got wyverns trying to round the north side of the city and pass just beyond. Whole battle just a few miles away, remember? I'm going. Zayden grabs Brennan's discarded water skin, then pours the remaining contents over my right hand, washing away the majority of Mira's blood. The water runs off my finger, slowly fading from crimson to pale pink before he drops the skin. Concentrate. He cradles my cheeks, and our eyes lock. Only use Terran's power. Do not turn. Do not die. Accomplish your mission, and I will find you after. He kisses me breathless, and for just that second, time doesn't matter. My heart races, and I wrap my arms around his neck, pouring everything I feel for him into my response. It's chaotic and desperate, and over far too soon. Come back to me, I demand, as he moves away. Only over you. He holds my gaze for another few steps, then turns to Bodhi. Stay with her, but remember your promise. Bodhi nods. I don't want your fucking Providence. Noted. Zayden clasps Bodhi's shoulder, then breaks into a run for Sigale. Her golden eyes swivel toward mine. Get off the ground and stay with him, she orders, and we both know she doesn't mean Bodhi. Same goes to you. I lift my chin. They're airborne within seconds, flying south toward the city. I look away before fear has a chance to grab hold. He's the most beautiful rider on the field. And she's merciless. Their survival isn't a question. Bodhi and I will give them enough time to save the city. Now that the Duke of Angst is gone, Bodhi says, his voice rising, we have a problem. Of course. Of course we got a fucking problem. Really? What other kind of problems do we have to fucking have? What is happening right now? Okay, I'm not happy right now. I don't like where this is going. I don't like... Okay, Mira's cool. I like that. Sloan, you're a real one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, voices of everybody. Dane is no longer near chode level. If I hear any more Dane bashing, you got a fucking problem with me at this current moment in time. I will just say this right motherfucking now. There will be no more Dane bashing, okay? No more Dane bashing. And shit stops. Shit stops here, okay? Dane is a good dude. Dane has growed the fuck up, okay? No more Dane slander. Yes, you can now, yes. I have to go behind too much stuff. If I... Temporary gavel. Order in court. Dane is no longer a chode. Decision is final. Fucking good job, Dane. God damn it. Okay. No more Dane bashing. Fucking woo! Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to celebrate. I need a Dane. Dane gets a button. This doesn't even count. Which one would you like? Which one would you like? Let me get a number, DW. Woo! Ah. Exactly. Tamlin could learn a lot of thing or two from fucking Dane. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Enjoy!
Thank you, Neil, watch you break. I take whatever I decide to take. Leave my mark so everybody sees that you only worship on your fucking knees. Pull your hair and tell you you're my whore. Hurt you till you're begging me for more. Yeah.
There you go. Woo! Yes. Yes, we do got to get pictures today. Y'all have got a lot of pictures. We haven't got all of them in. Like I said, we're still building. They're always going to change. Okay. So if you don't like the round of songs, we're going to keep them for a while. We'll change them up. But I will tell you this. the songs can be great in your head, but as soon as you start putting the pictures to them and they flash, sometimes they just don't work. Okay, so we're really trying. So just so you know, all the songs, like, we're working on them. But anyway, digressing. Okay, thank you. All right, now that was the one for Dane not being a chode. That was the one for Dane not being a chode. Babe, you yearn for Aelin. All right, this one is because Liz had to finish Empire of Storm today. So, ladies and gentlemen, this one is for all of you and to Twisted Liz. Enjoy.
Stop.
There you go. We made an adjustment to that one. Just a small little adjustment. I think it's a little bit better. All right. Whew. Was that No, that was a Lily. Yes, we did. We did watch yes, we did watch it. We watched it with our group. Yes. We watched it with the voices. It was pretty epic. I think we had like 15 of us in there. We all watched it down in the Discord. So anybody, if you ever want to hang out with us, we do things like that, join down the Discord. Let us know. We'll get you that link. You can join us, hang out with me and my wonderful voices. And when things like that, we get to hang out. And then, oh man, let me tell you what, that chat was popping. It was fun. It was good times. All right. Now, let's see, where are we at buttons? Okay, you have one more button. You can save it or use it. You have one more button. What would you like to do? Or are we going to get going to the next chapter? Pharaoh! I moved all the buttons. Ooh, they're saying save it for the next one. She said 8. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I'm telling you to loosen up my buttons, baby, but you keep running, saying what you gon' do to me, but I ain't seen nothing. I'm telling you to loosen up my buttons, baby, but you keep running, saying what you gon' do to me, but I ain't seen nothing.
Ooh, she's like, it's buttons, I get it. Ha! There we go. There you. I messed the camera up on that one. There we go. All right, man, y'all finding all the buttons tonight. Son of a gun. Whew. All right, what are we saying? Okay, this is my third time. It was the same. Okay, that was a good one too. All right, I like it. He said that's a lot of blondes. That's a lot of blonde boys. That is a lot of blonde boys. All right, are we ready? Are we ready for the next one? Oh, wait, y'all just hit 20. Y'all just hit 25K. You get one more button and then we're going to read. You just get one more button and then we're going to read since you hit it there, and then we'll get started and then we'll let you build your little your inventory back up. All right, DW, what's the final button before the next chapter? And she said Mickey just said Shadow Daddies. She just said Shadow Daddy. Where but you She said 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like this one. I told you we've been working hard. We've been working hard. We've been working so hard trying to find good songs and everything that works. We've been working it. Q's like, damn, that one was good too. This is great. I love it. I love it. All right. Let's get into some more chapters. We're at 91% of the book. I am so scared. All right. Okay. Like one thing, like I will say, like, oh, thank you for the follow. Like one thing, like I will say, like it was a really cool interview. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was so cool to like listen to her, like tell her stories and like do all that stuff. Like, I really want to know what the over under on that was, because she says that as much as I say chode. It was amazing. I'm not making fun of her. I know we all have our words, but to see, and I don't mean this in a rude way, but for such an amazing author to have the word like as her default when she's trying to think, I was shocked at that. I was like, wow, she really is just like a regular person. Like it's like, it was so crazy. So again, I'm not trying to make fun or anything like that. It's just, I was very shocked. Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. Also, y'all saw that spot, right, where she talked about people's names. Y'all realize Yenri's official. Y'all, nobody can make fun of me for that shit. She said, call Yenri's official. That's her name from now on. Period. Yenri, motherfuckers. Boom. Sorry. I wish I could ask her to change the name. Okay. Oh yeah, she did put the end of Brycerel. Okay. Here we go. Let's get back into it. We're gonna take a quick drink. Okay, we did have the one to Liam. I'm sorry I didn't. It was a spot I didn't want to break it up. All right. Here we go. We're back into it. I'm not going to lie. I know some shit's about to still happen. I know. Have I started writing my Frank book yet? Not yet. I'm still working on Frank's origin story. Right now, Frank is I'm working on Frank. Frank the Tank Billy or something. We'll figure it out. Here we go. The only thing more stubborn than a dragon is its rider. Colonel Corey's Field Guide to Dragonkind. Chapter 60. What's the issue? I walk back to the carnage surrounding our dragons. He does not wake. Tarn announces as Kuro lowers his green snout to Tyne. Oh shit. Fear comes racing back. If the dragon, oh my lord, if the dragon dies, then she gonna die. We have to get him off this field before Theophany returns. Bodhi studies the clouds. Can Garrett get tied up in the cliffs, I ask. Under normal circumstances, yes. Bodhi winces, but he's already exhausted from walking all over the continent the last few hours. There's no chance. The plane is going to shit fast. And we're miles away from everyone except the lethal Dark Welders who want to kill us. Great. But there's another option. My head swings to Tarn. You're the only one strong enough to get out of here. You can carry him if you use the chains. I will not leave you on this field, he growls. If I leave, everything falls apart. Dragonkind protects its own. Even above a bonded rider, I remind him. His eyes narrow and steam bellows from his nostrils. Do not lecture me on the laws of my kind, or you will learn how comfortable I am on breaking them. Kerr quickly removes himself. Please, I beg Tarn. If not for Tyne's own sake, then for Mira's. I've already lost to Darna. I can't lose my sister too. Do not ask me to find the strength, or I will fail you. I will fail us both. A snarl rips from his throat and the metal clangs as he positions himself over Tyne, gripping the four ends of the chains wrapped around his torso of his claws. You will not move from this field, he orders. Thank you. Wind gusts across the side of my face as his wings beat harder than I've ever seen. And Tyne's limp body slowly rises from the field. His shadows engulf me as he flies overhead, carrying Tyne's forward toward safety to the cliffs. Bold strategy, Bodhi notes, watching them depart. Sending our biggest dragon away is definitely not going to bite us in the ass. He'll I'll be back. I look up at the sky. Where's my ball? And look up at the sky and slowly rotate to a better survey of the space. But there's no sign of Theophany or the wyvern she prefers. My heart starts to pound. I'm not fond of being the prey. Breathing out slowly, I deny the impulse to check the city skyline for Zayden. This doesn't work if I can't focus here, now. I force myself to cut through all the thoughts of the others and step into the headspace where I am no longer a sister, a friend, or a lover. I exist as a writer, a weapon. You want to wait to start hunting our silver-haired friend, Bodhi? And Karth start towards us, wyvern blood dripping from the tip of his sword tail. We don't have to hunt. I strap my conduit to my wrist, then reach over my shoulder and flip the cap up open of my quiver. As long as I'm here, she'll come. And I'll get the chance to kill her before she attacks anyone else I love. Entertainment purposes, TikTok. Waiting feels anticlimactic. He puts his back to mine, always does, simultaneously torturous, like the moment in the flight. When Taryn's muscles shift beneath me and I know I'm about to lose my stomach in a dive, or those long minutes on the ridgeline above Bazgaiath waiting for a horde to arrive. You think this will work? Has to. Magic requires balance, right? It's the oldest rule there is. Theophany walks out from behind the carcass of a wyvern. But once a century or so, we get a chance to skew the scales in our favor, and I will prove myself to him this time. What the fuck? We whip towards her, shoulder to shoulder. Thank you. And I reach to Tarn's power, and barely a trickle answers the call. Shit. Tarn's out of range. It's not going to be a quick jaunt to haul Tyne the many miles to the wards and up to 10,000 feet either. But Mira's safe, and that's what matters. Bodhi and I can keep ourselves alive. Can you now? You sure about that? You sure about that? Where the fuck did she come from? Bodhi whispers, drawing his sword. She's fast, I replied, just as softly remembering how she disappeared from the brig at Bazgaiath. There are only a few of us who are faster, Theophany replies, walking along the carcass of the wyvern, gazing the ridges as she saunters towards us. Older, too. My lips part. She heard us from 20 feet away. Damn, she got that super hearing. What can't this bitch do? What can't she do? Fuck. Pity you had to kill them. She clicks her tongue. They take forever to generate. Are you ready to tip the balance, Violet? Having two lightning wielders on any side wouldn't just tip a balance. It would destroy it. The same as shadows. Kerr lowers his head and growls at Bodhi's right. I'm ready to schmill you. I reach out a dagger in reflex and throw so hard my shoulder pops, but thankfully doesn't subjugate. Theophany waves her gnarled fingers and the blade falls aside before it reaches the halfway mark. Disappointing. Have you learned nothing since the last time you tried that? No, yeah, she meant to do that because she knew she was going to throw it. She's going to throw the lightning and she's going to trap her in a little Trapper McTrapperson box. She making a kill box. Try, that's what she's doing. No need to be embarrassed, though. We'll work on that. I'll be happy to mentor you. My eyes flare. Was that the path the priestess foresaw for me? Not the mentorship. Theophany's? Fuck, Bodhi mumbers. That's another problem. Probably makes the arrows at my back useless, too. Awesome. I'll have to get up close and personal to Schmiller. Odd choice of companion, seeing that you reek of his kin. The veins beside her eyes pulse, and she appraises Bodhi. Her pace completely unhurried as she strolls towards the head of the dead wyvern. Tell me, do you not grow tired of being less powerful version of your cousin? I am not the one out here trying to prove myself, Bodhi counters, his head tilting the same way Zayden does when sizing up an opponent. No sword, no staff. She's unarmed with the exception of a row of blades at her hip. I search her stride for weaknesses and find none. She's faster too, which means I'll get one shot. You only get one shot. Witty, her smile cracks another line in her lips. You're almost done waiting. He'll be gone soon. The crown will be yours. Come on, get closer. We don't have a crown. Bodhi switches his sword to his left hand, freeing his right. Don't you know me well enough to try and fuck with my head? I'm doing exactly what I've always wanted, protecting my cousin, my Providence, and her. She pauses just in front of the wyvern's bloody snout and cuts her gaze to mine. A weapon like you will only submit to someone stronger. So come, let's get this farce over with so you can begin your real journey. He's waiting. Glee lights her smile. Berwin, I guess? As if I would answer to the fool. I think not. She glances skyward. Pity you sent your dragon away. But don't worry. There's plenty of power beneath your feet. Now show me what my patience has brought. She lifts her arms that the breeze picks up, sweeping off the cliffs at our back. No more stalling then. Here we go. As long as Bodhi counters her signet, we can end her before Taryn even gets back. Bodhi raises his right hand and turns as though clasping the doorknob on one none of us can see. The sky darkens and the wind gusts. Oh, fucking Bodhi. And though no lightning strikes, the temperature of humidity raise in the way I've only ever felt around one other person. Theophanie's smile sharpens, gravity shifts, and my perception of everything changes. It's working. No, it's not. A smile tugs at Bodhi's mouth. It's not, I whisper, all the hope leaving my body like water out of the bathtub drain. You can't counter her. You have to go. Now. I palm the next blade. Maybe I can throw it, but I'm not going down defenseless either. I can hold out until Tarn returns. There's no lightning. Bodhi argues, his knuckles whitening in the pommel of his sword. I was wrong. She's not a lightning welder. It had struck in both battles, and I conflated its presence with hers when I was simply a byproduct of her true signet. She hadn't controlled the lightning during their assault on Sunvia. She controlled the very thing causing it. Of course I'm not. Theophany flickers a finger and the clouds above us begin to rotate. There is one exception to the rule, Violet Sorengale. Imagine my surprise when it turned out to be you. If it was going to be one of her daughters, I'd have bet on your sister. Amara, help us. Bodhi's hand slowly lowers, and his gaze jumps skyward. She isn't the dark welder version of you? No. I shake my head as the next gust of wind nearly pitches me forward. I've prepared for the wrong fight. I know the feeling of lightning charging, recognizing the crackle in the air just before it strikes. I understand the limits, the boundaries of welding it. Each strike requires its own burst of energy, and once it's over, it's done. But what Theophanie's doing will take on life of its own and carry forward longer after she's given power. There is so much worse than battling myself. She's their answer to my mother. Saying it out loud snaps the shock from my system, and my mind begins to race. Only asthma or exhaustion or physical illness weaken my mom. Not even the strongest wind wielder could diminish Mom's storms. She was the answer to me. Theophany and the clouds start to swirl. The tornado. My chest clenches. My mom never accomplished that particular feat. No wonder I hadn't recognized Theophany for what she is. I'd never met a more powerful storm welder than Mom. Until now. You have got to get out of here. I shove at Bodhi's arms. Go before Kuro can't launch in the wind. My signet is always the balance, Bodhi argues, lifting his hand as the wind raises to a consistent roar at our backs. I can stop her. No, you can't. You can't. I push again. His time, he stumbles sideways. Your signet must only work on your magic, not theirs. Now go. You promised Zayden. Come with me, he shouts. Somehow Theophany knows you'll try to save everyone. Brennan's words fill my head. I can't. If I go, she'll follow and we'll lose. If I stay, I can be the distraction the others need. Then I'll fight beside. Bodhi starts, but Kerr wraps two talons around his midsection and launches before he can finish. His green wings beat and the giant sweeps as he sees carries a loudly protesting Bodhi from the field, heading south. No doubt he'll clear the wind before ascending the cliffs. Trenadir's secession is safe. But there's no time to feel even an ounce of relief. The howling gust of wind forces me forward, and I fall to my hands and knees in the grass, narrowly missing the conduit that dangles from my wrist. Something groans behind me, and I look over my shoulder just in time to watch a tree taller than Tarn lean in my direction from the edges of the field, pausing in an obscene angle before it's completely uprooted. Oh, shit. I push to my feet and throw my body weight to the left, racing to get clear. The wind takes me down again in less than 10 steps, and my stomach lurches as a tree plummets towards me. My feet slip over the ground and on loose rocks, but my boots hold my ankles in place as I scramble for another few feet of the distance. Trees crash, hitting the ground with the force of a dragon, heart pounding. I stare at the branches flying less than arm's reach away. Channel, and we'll walk away together, she promises, her voice rising the wind even though the tree has hidden her from me. Come to think of it, the tree also hidden me, at least until she shifts positions. I need to work fast. The wind is too strong to make straight shot possible, and I will fly right past her without some way to grab. I grab a dagger, lift my flight jacket, and slice a strip of cloth from the bottom of my uniform. The wind fights to rip the fabric away, so I stick it between my teeth and bite down, then sheath my blade. Faster. I need to move faster. Reaching over my shoulder, I grip the martenite-tipped arrow shaft as tightly as possible, then pull it free from the stabilizing quiver and drag it in front of me. The wind dies slightly as I tie the arrow to the conduit-sized rock from the field. Reach for the power and weld. Theophany steps into view 20 feet in front of me. Ahead of me, I rise up to my knees and throw the rock as hard as I can with the wind. The gale carries it, but Theophany knocks it off course 3/4 of the way there. Have you still learned nothing? It lands a couple of feet to her right and explodes. Dirt, grass, and rocks fly in the impact, flinging Theophany half a wing's length through the air. The wind dies before she smacks into the ground. Thank gods the storm isn't strong enough to hold without her yet. I surge to my feet and charge, drawing my last alloy-hilted dagger. I can't risk losing it on a throw. Grass clings to her braid as she shoves herself upright, and her eyes struggle to force as I flip the dagger parallel with my wrist and hurl myself at her. My knees hit the ground a second before I swing. She catches my forearm and squeezes with the strength that threatened to crush the bone. Enough! A deliberating wave of pain crashes over me, but I hold on to the dagger like my friends' lives depend on it, then pull a black-handled knife from my left and stabbing down, embedding the blade in her thigh. Let's fucking go! Her lips crack as she screams. But instead of releasing my forearm or removing the knife from her thigh, she grasps my throat and drives me backwards, slamming my spine against the ground. My eyes widen and I wait for the explosive in my quiver to kill us both, but the cushion somehow sustains the impact. Foolish woman, she rams her knee into my stomach and forces the air right out of me. I struggle for the next breath, but it comes and she pins my other hand to the ground with a speed I could never beat. Your mother knew at your age that she was no match for me. That's why she hid behind those wards. Perhaps she should have followed her example. Theophany's jagged nails dig into my skin as the veins beside her eyes bulge and she looks south. A few seem to have gotten by. Wherever will you do? I follow her line of sight and every muscle of my body locks to keep me from thrashing. A horde of wyverns is cut north, bypassing the city, flying straight into the valley that leads to Madaro Pass. I should be there, but then I couldn't keep her here. Dune be with her. I look away and find Theophany staring at me, her eerie red eyes so close she consumes my vision. The horde is hungry. How many innocents climbed the pass? 1,000? 2? You can still save them. Reach for it. Take the power at your fingertips. She flips my hand so my palm presses to the grass, and I consciously keep my senses closed. So stubborn. It must be killing you, realizing you don't have every answer. Aren't the solutions to every problem? You're just another lightning welder, mortally incapable of being everywhere at once. The metal eases from my throat. Go ahead. It will be entertaining to watch you try. I glance south just long enough to witness the horde disappear into the valley. You're right. I can't be everywhere. Theophany's eyes widen as I arch against my neck the blade. I don't have to be. When push comes to shove, I'm not the best of us. She is. She is? Oh? Who is she? Is it Riri? Is it Riri? Oh, fuck, I'm no. Oh no, M left. I'm out of beverage. I'm out of beverage, I'm sorry. Okay. Woo. Oh, a piece of ice. Sorry about that. Okay. One back down, one back down. There we go. I'm assuming I'm just going to keep going with that one. I'm assuming we're at 31. Oh, we got 31 people here. I appreciate everybody here tonight. All right, we're just going to move into it because I want to know who the fuck she is. Let's get into it. Fucking 61, chapter 61. 61, Onyx Storm. Command is built on respect, rules, and obedience. Squads are built on trust. Leadership from second years by Major Pippa Donnas. Thank you, Lisa. Chapter 61. Rihanna! Fucking Riri! Okay, Riri. Oh, shit, who we lose? Fuck. Riri, Imogen, Quinn, Violet, my heart's pounds. I don't know how to protect the past when we're down 3 of our most powerful battle-hardened squad mates, but failure isn't an option. Thanks to Neil, the infernal wind stopped. For a moment. I thought we'd all be blown to cordon. I inspect what I can do from Adaro Pass. It's from an entrance inside more than a little relief that none of the civilians fell in the squall. Excuse me. The cliff blocked the wind for them as it did for us. Fergie steps away from the safety of the base. As pivots sharps to face the winding valley that leads to Dreythus, tell the others to form a line. If we can fly now, so they can. A horde of gray had just rounded the last curve of the valley when the windstorm hit, driving the wyvern to land. According to Kath, every dragon was forced to hunker down in Dreythus too. Done. Fergie responds, and rain splashes at the base of her neck. Great. Rain is the last thing anyone on this damned cliff needs. I remind myself of what Reagan always says. Zenil gives what he sees fit. No use thanking the god for one blessing and cursing him in the next breath. I'd like to see her say it under these circumstances. But she'd probably pull it off. She's always been more graceful twin. Tara, on the other hand, would tell me to make my own luck. I check right to make sure that the others harmed in the freak windstorm. Marin and Kat fall in line, and neither nor the griffins look worse for the wear. Beyond them, Siglis swings his tail, keeping his wings tucked for proximity, and Sawyer nods my way. Then I look left and find Nevi and Bregan both in position, with Atrum shifting his weight impatiently. Riddick at the stairs at the northern peak, not a path at the valley just to the south of it, like he could see straight through the thing if he tried hard enough. Part of me screams that we should be on the other side of that peak. But we have our orders and half a squad. I clear my throat and my heart feels this isn't a squad battle. I make a mistake here and innocent people. We lucked out when the wyverns that crashed through the holes I left in our defense only took out the walls and not my parents' house. No matter how much Violet means to me, she's one life. We're guarding thousands who are fleeing as my family had, and we owe them the same protection. Gamlin! I shout across the griffins. I need you to, focus here. He looks like he might give me the finger for a second, but nods. Acknowledge your fear for the lightning welder does not compromise you. Fergie calls me out just like always. Ignoring it does. Accept the emotions and move on. My grip tightens on the rise ridges of the green scales from the form of the pommel. Of course I'm worried about Violet. She's out there in one condition I never want any of us. Alone. Taryn flew into the cloud covers moments before the windstorm hit, carrying Tyne in the chains and escorted by Marv. In the last status report from Kath, both had Rorison and Duran spotted in the city walls. At least I haven't seen any lightning, but we have a job to do. A dozen wyverns, maybe more, rise along the valley floor a few hundred yards out. My heart begins pounding. Ask Verd how many a Baylor can see. Scream sounds from a chorus from the evacuees, both these waiting to climb, and those already on the cliff. Rain, wyvern, panicked civilians. The situation is a real shit show for potential. Gods, the first years better be pulling the civilians to safety at the top of the pass as instructed. Grey Castle and Mir are already on my lecture list. Fuck knows what either of those two were thinking. Undisciplined. I need to rein everyone in with the quickness. Baylor sees 17. Fergie responds a second later. 17 against 3 dragons and 4 griffins? Shit! That's a little menacing, I admit to Fergie. Then let us be menaces. Fergie snarls. Her eyes more of a growl. I'll work on a snarl. Her head weavering in anticipation. Ready to relay your orders? My orders? No pressure. We need to intercept. Riot, launch in a thorn formation, I tell her. I learned my lesson at Arisha. We have to engage from far from the cliff. Drift, guard the evacuees under Bregnan's command. Fergie takes 3 steps, and I tighten my thigh and hold my seat as she launches into the cloud-soaked sky. Carl and the disgruntled with the decision. What else is new? I debate the choices for the time, and it takes a blink. Tell Kari they have better maneuverability in the cliffs than we do, and a full arsenal of runes. We can't stop 17 wyverns with 3 dragons. They need to be ready. Just once, I'd like to give an order that Cat doesn't feel they need to fight. I settle my flight goggles over my eyes, and we fly head first towards the wyvern. Fergie, Atrim, and Siglis forming 3 points of the triangle. We need to engage as far from the cliff as possible. Plenty of room to move forward, not too a lot of room to retreat against the sheer rock. The enemy are roughly arranged in 3 columns, 2 deep. Continue Thorn. Wait. No, vertical. Switch to vertical formation. It will give us the best shot at taking down as many possible. Second guessing your choices makes me do the same regarding threshing. Damn, Fergie! Lectures climbing in altitude as we approach. The steep walls of the valley. Very funny. I wish I could see directly below us. Beneath us. They're in position. Fergie answers an unspoken question. But I have a feeling Atrim is going to deviate as soon as he gets the chance. Check in with Siglis. We've got less than 30 seconds, and this will only be his second encounter after nearly losing Sawyer at Basgiath. He's insulted you asked. Fergie responds, naturally. I lock the toes of my boots between her scales and make ready for the impact once I see the shape of their teeth. Top center first. I thought we'd go bottom left, she replies with a mocking incense. No time for your sarcasm. Our target screeches and climbs out of formation. Fergie breaks away to pursue, and my whole body clenches as a steam of blue fire erupts in our direction. Hold! Fergie shouts, and I do exactly as she orders, locking my muscles as she rolls right. My body weight shifts, and I push with my right leg to balance out as she pulls near vertical climb. We're going to do the thing, aren't you? They're going to do the thing. They're going to do the thing. I hold on to the pommel with my life as the momentum stalls as zenith she chooses. Maybe. She pitches back left, falling to a dive. So steep my stomach tries to dig its way out of my feet. You have to warn me. I shift my grip and push the pommel, readying myself for what inevitably comes as we barrel toward the wyvern from above. Why? You were prepared. She snaps off with her wings, slowing the descent a second before we make impact, just enough that I won't go hurling over her head. The collision shakes my grip and the rain isn't helping. Fergie digs her claws into the wyvern's back and clamps her jaws at the base of the skull. Where the neck is thinner, weaker, his screamings rattle my eardrums. Then we fall despite the frantic beating of Fergie's wings. Fear roars its ugly head as I try to swallow it. She has the advantage of being clear of the wyvern's claws and teeth, but agility has always been her biggest asset, not strength. Her claws shred through the leathery gray wings, and she breaks their bones as the mountain rises to my right. Getting close to the ground, I warn, your situational awareness never fails to leave me awestruck. She heaves her weight forward, then wrenches the wyvern's head back, snapping its neck as I blur off gray flickers through my line of sight. In that case, would you like to know about the one above us, I ask? Jesus Christ! She releases the wyvern on the mountainside below, and both our heads snap upwards. Atrim flies by in pursuit, and a curl of green fire rushes up his tail. I cease breathing until the brown outruns the flame, saving Riddick from a painful death, and then I face the source. Hold, Fergie warns a second before we collide with the green fire wyvern. She snaps his neck, taking a bloody chunk away as it dives, spraying blood over the mountainside. She sinks her claws into another and dissects its throat. Where's the rest of the squad? I search with a quick swing of my head and find Atrim flying vertically alongside the other wyvern above us. My mouth drops as he rolls, putting his spine and Riddick against the creature. What in Malik's name is he doing? I shout as Riddick claps the pommel with one hand and extends the other towards the gray scale. Is he trying to get himself crushed? He can't be serious, is he? The wyvern shrieks of a paler shade of gray spreads along the scales, plummeting from Riddick's hand as the pressure tenses and ceases to beat the wings and falls directly toward. I swear to motherfucking God, Riddick! Fergie surges forward, banking left to avoid the ridgelines, and I turn the seat to watch the wyvern impact the rocky terrain. Holy shit! Holy shit! I think I crack in half. Did you see that? I ask if we round the corner of the mountain, finding Sawyer finishing a kill hundreds of feet below us. We need to regroup. If it's this hectic back here, how outnumbered are they beyond the valley in Dreythus? I glance up at the sky and in a moment of weakness scan for any side of Taryn. How long can Vi be out there by herself? Focus. Fergie's voice swivels towards the pass, and I put my head where it belongs. Shit. 7 of the wyvern got through. Cat has one by the throat, carries talons tearing into spaces between the scales as it lies immobilized beneath her, while Marin takes aim with another crossbow. A second later, its wing is on fire. Impressive run. Bregan and Neve each chase their own up the cliffside, leaving 4 to be picked off, screaming civilians one by one. Regroup, I ordered, determined to save as many as possible. Shield the formation! Are you sure? Fergie asks in a sweatingly mocking way of hers. We're down to 3, but the strength of the squad is in the whole, not individuals. We will hold this pass, even in the God-forsaken rain. Positive. Let's go. Fuck me, running. I'm out of beverages. I'm just going. We're just going with it. I need the moisture in my throat. Are we ready? Are we ready? I think we're ready. There is no goodness more wrathful than Dune. Entering her temple will slice the soul from any attendant who has shunned her grace. Major Rorley's Guide to Appeasing the Gods, 2nd edition. Chapter 62. All right, we're back on Violet. Fuck. Rain splatters against my forehead as Theophanie's dagger scrapes the skin of my throat, but I hold fast to keep my eyes on her. My mind flips through every possible way to get out of this hold alive. I settle on the simplest, but it's a risk. My friends will continue to fight long after I meet Malik, and I'll meet them with my soul intact. Do your worst. The red in her eyes pulse surprise ripples across her face, and she lifts the blade just enough to give me the inches I need. This is going to hurt. I slam my forehead straight into her nose. Bitch! Take that! Bone crushes as her head snaps back, her body rolling with it. The second her weight shifts, I yank my right knee to my chest and knock up as hard as I possibly can, catching her in the pit of her arm and breaking her grip on my wrist. Shit, she shrieks, then uses her speed to appear 25 feet to my left. Whoa! What the fuck? Clutching her nose that's never going to straighten out. Jesus Christ. I rock to my feet. You think it won't do. I think it won't. You think I won't do it? Take your life. She studies me with malice. She previously lacking and draws a green-tipped dagger from her belt. My stomach turns. Being infected with that particular poison once in my life was quite enough. I think you exposed your desperation with your once a century comment. I keep my eyes on her and grab my rune dagger from the rain-slick grass. You need me. Another will come along, she warns. You are not special. But I am the only lightning wielder you have to prove yourself now. Pretty sure I pressed her to the limits with her patience, and shit is about to get real. Gripping the conduit out of habit, I reach for Taryn. The growing drip of power, the parchment-thin bond tells me he's getting closer, but still out of range. Which meant a lot more when you had the Eris. She crouches and runs her hands over the meadow of grass. A single tap of her finger turns the spot gray. Oh, shit. If I've overplayed my hand, all she has to do is lower hers, and I'm dust. Panic wins its way around my heart and digs her nails in. I shove the insidious bitch straight out before she can get a good grip. Violence, Zayden asks, exhausted and urgency mixed up with a little pain slide down the bond. He's in combat. I'm all right. Focus on you. I chance taking my eyes off Theophany for a heartbeat and glance towards what I can see in the city throughout the thickening storm. Dragons, wyverns, and griffins filled the sky above the spiral tower, but I don't let my gaze linger long enough to search for blue and the sea of chaos. Zayden is the strongest of them. He'll be all right. I have to keep my focus, and Theophany here to give them a shot at saving Drythus. They just need time. I turn my back to the city and face Theophany as rain begins to fall in earnest, pelting the ground with heavy drops. Ah, you worry for the Shadow Wielder, Theophany says with a cruel smile and continues to skim her hand across the tips of the grass. Do you not want to have forever with him? I already do. I scan our surroundings for any advantage and find none. Not in the way you want. She tilts her head. We're excellent actors, but our kind doesn't feel what you call love. That gets all my attention. You're lying. I would know. Ah, there it is. A cruel smile tilts her mouth. Battles are lost by your weakest warrior, and that's what makes you weak. Now that I know you were vulnerable, we can begin. Fuck you! I approved to Dune's favor Isle that I am anything but the weakest, while she no longer carries Dune's favor. Lesson 1. To survive in our world, you must protect the magic that sustains you. Do you know how to keep from being drained by this method? She splays her palm on the ground, and the earth slowly... Okay. Shit's about to get real. The grass turns gray and crumbles. Ground shrivels and cracks, swallowing the rain. The infection oozes outward from her hands, slowly devouring inches and then feet. I retreat a single step, then realize how wrong that instinct is. She can turn up the speed at any second. She's just playing with me. It's simple, actually. Occupying ground that has already had its magic repurposed creates a barrier. She lifts the silver brows. The easiest solution is to drain it yourself. If you would do so before I get there, you'll live. You'll keep your love, at least what it masquerades as, and as your power, and even your dragon, if you wish. And if I don't, the dissection spreads, and the wing beats fill the air, but Tarn's still out of the reach. So I'm guessing I'm about to meet more of her wyvern. You die. She leans into her hand and the ground withers as 4 times the speed. The magic draining the circle of gray that approaches like a tidal wave. I can't wait another lightning welder, but you're too dangerous to be left alive. So choose quickly. Fuck, I have seconds. Already it's magic repurposed. I need a barrier. I break right, then sprint like hell, dropping the conduit. It smacks my forearm with every stride as I unsheath another dagger from my thigh, and my foot slips in the rain-slick grass just enough to throw off my pace. My left knee screams, and I block out the pain, keeping one eye on the spreading circle of death that races towards my feet, and the other on the nearest wyvern carcass. 10 more feet. I can make it. I have to make it. I'm not dying on this field. My heart pounds and the lungs burn as I leap those last 3 feet, soaring towards the gray, a wall of gray. I slam into the fleshy area between the wyvern's talons and stab my right dagger deep, immediately pulling up and thrust my left as high as I can. My feet kick for purchase on the slick, leathery skin, but I manage to get a foothold and use the daggers to climb. I scramble to the top of its claws, then race up its scaly leg over its ankle and find the shredded meat of its thigh. The wave of dissection ripples underneath me, then passes right on the other side of his wyvern's carcass, and I lift my hand to my chest and feel the drum of my heartbeat. If I was dead, I'd know it, right? I definitely wouldn't be still hearing wing beats. My, aren't you clever? Theophany focuses on something behind me. No. The curve of talons appears in the corner of my eyes, and I throw out my arms. A claw closes around me, then jerks my body into the sky. Tarn, not quite. Rain bombards the navy blue scales. Sigale, you are an inconvenience for which there are no adequate measures, she snarls, flying west as the clouds churn above us, darkening with an abysmal quickness. But you have done an excellent job keeping the Maven occupied. West is the wrong direction when Zayden is south. You can't leave him, I shout, which is why I'm leaving you. She swings her foreleg forward, then releases her grip. She's all yours. I careen into the storm with as much grace as a failing drunkard held hostage by physics, and I lock my jaw, swallowing the scream that rises in my throat. Fear grips my lungs, and power rushes through my veins in response, coursing with 100 times the force of adrenaline. It's Tarn. The fear that summoned my power evaporates into the storm, and I throw my arms outward. A gargantuan void of black cuts through the rain ahead of mine as my trajectory shifts and gravity takes a hold, pulling me back to the ground. A little help here? I begin to fall faster than the rain around me. I told you to stay on the field. 2 talons hook over my shoulder, and every bone in my body grates on the others as I am jerked upwards. But in this case, I'm relieved you did not listen. Sigale made the choice. But me too. I'd be dead if she hadn't. Tyne? Quickly recovering under Brennan's care at the top of the pass. Tarn swings me up toward his snout, then tosses me onto his back. I land at the base of his neck and skid. My left knee buckles, and I hold my arm out for balance, and I rapidly navigate the spikes of his back. Against the will of the wind and rain. Mira? I settle into the saddle and breathe a little easier once I'm buckled and my goggles are in place. This is how we're meant to face combat. Together. She lives, he replied as we descend. We're approaching the field. The clouds above us start to rotate clockwise. Fantastic. Watch the weather. Theophanes, a storm wielder, should try to force you out of the sky. I grasp the conduit in my left hand and throw open my archives door, changing the stream of power to a deluge as the field comes into my view. She may try, he growls. The field bears the circle where she drained the magic from the earth. She's nowhere in sight. She's gone. She recognized her loss of advantage. Look south, Tarn announces, and my head swivels. I can't see that. My vision shifts. Sight, beyond sight. And just like that it did after threshing, the battlefield comes into startling clarity. But it's not Adarna's eyes I'm looking through. It's Tarn's. Far. Whatever hordes had waited to launch have taken the sky a mile from the city gates, leaving behind a line of 12, no 11, Vinny carrying wyverns. Fuck! On the grounds behind them. I can't make out the dark wielder's features, but it isn't hard to spot Theophanie's silver hair on the enormous wyvern she rides. My heart lurches. The one in the center looks bigger than Coda, because it is, Tarn relishes. It would be my finest kill to date. I blink and my vision returns to my own. The last thing I want is to put Tarn anywhere near that enormous wyvern. But there's no way the city can withstand the coming assault. If Corey and the others fail their orders, none of us will survive without falling back and abandoning civilians. Our orders are to occupy or kill Theophany. I draw and hold more power, heating my skin to the noticeable burn. The fact that there are more than 100 wyverns between us and her that also happens to threaten the city. Agreed. Tarn interrupts, banks right, soaring toward Dreythus. Why would riders develop farsight if you can see that clearly anyway, I ask. The privilege of our sight is afforded to few, he comments. Go figure. Rain sizzles and it hits my face, and I spot Glane and Keth high above the line of griffins on the northern wall, while Kerr flies lower in formation, all picking off wyverns trying to dart to the city on their way to the valley below. Riri and the rest of the squad will stop them before they get past. Wait, Kerr, isn't Bodhi supposed to be? We'll make our own decisions. Zayden's going to be pissed. I scan the horizon for him. The officers have 12 dragons in the sky. But there's only one blue above them, the southern end of the city, and it's not Sigale. Where are they? She has withdrawn from me, he admits with a mental growl. A string of curse words flow through my head as we approach the city, and I gather more power, letting it scold and smother deep within me. Probably doesn't want you worried, which has the opposite effect, he retorts, as the horde passes in a line of stacked wyvern carcasses to the east. They'll all be at the gates in less than a minute, and there are too many to target. At least I don't have to aim. Pull the riot back to the airspace above the city. I drop the conduit, letting it fall against my forearm, and lift both of my hands to the rain as energy sears my lungs, building to burn I can't contain for much longer. Done. He banks slightly left, so the course is set for the hordes and not the city. And the multitude of the color in the sky shifts, concentrating over Drythus. I'd bet my life that not a single dragon in the sky questioned Tarn's immediate authority over the airspace. Kar's teaching might actually come in handy. I focus on the horde, then splay my hands wide and release the buildup of energy. Power erupts from a white-hot snap, jolting my spine as I drag my hands downward, and I let go as lightning cleaves the sky. Too many columns to count. 10 bolts, Tarn announces with a swell of pride and thunder. Reverberates through my body and wyvern fall. 7 struck. Determination expands my chest. Yeah, I can do this. I lift both hands, draw power viciously, then weld again just like before. Columns of lightning crashing, though not as powerful as the first strike. And I take out 5 wyverns according to Tarn. 4, he announces after the next strike. Again and again, I draw energy recklessly, counting on volume, not accuracy. Everything in my body burns like I've tied to a pyre. But then I push onward. 6, 3, 8. Tarn keeps count with each weld. You have time for one more as we near the northeast edge of the walls. I draw in Tarn's scorching power and breathe, then wield. 6, he announces, and I fall forward, my head swimming as the ones I didn't kill fly at us in a swarm that breached the city airspace. Hold tight. We can't. I grasp the pommel and Tarn pulls into a climb so steep the edges of my vision blur. The wind feels so fucking good against my face. Y'all only knew how hot I was, but it doesn't touch the fire that erupts in my lungs. I fight for the breast against the force crushing my chest, only to imagine once Tarn clears the cloud of wyvern and level out for a precious second. I cannot fight if you burn out. Water, Tarn orders, and I rip the water skin from its strap behind the saddle, and I pull the cork and chug. It hits like butter on a frying pan, and my stomach instantly rebels. Keep it down! As if it's that easy. I breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth. Quelling the urge to vomit, then shove my water skin back into position as my body absorbs the offering. Heat burns behind my eyes, which means my temperature is still elevated, and the searing pain is gone. I'm getting better at this. Let's kill their makers. Thank you all for the gifts. Let's, Tarn agrees, and we dive towards a line of Vinny sitting atop their wyvern. Wind roars in my eyes, and they launch at the sight of us. 6 surge for the city, 2 fly our way, and 3 retreat into the mountains, including Theophany in her monstrosity. Fuck, we'll kill those on our way, then pursue the storm wielder, Tarn cries. I only have 1 alloy dagger left. I grab the conduit in my hand and race towards the dark wielders. Instead of gathering more, I draw the power already thrumming through the veins with care. Existing only what I need with precision. Then I suggest you not throw it. The Vinny on the left flicks his wrist and a spear of ice hurtles our way. Tarn rolls right and the projectile flies within feet of his wings. Too close for comfort. That one needs to die first. Power snaps through me and I draw it downward with the tip of my finger, searing my skin and aim. It strikes the Vinny right through the fluttering hood of his purple robes. And him and his wyverns fall from the sky instantly. I I shift focus to the other dark welder, only to hear Terran's teeth snap in the direction as the pair flee in retreat. The roaring wind crescendos like a river that bursts its dam, and the wind catches Terran's wings, propelling us sideways. Aw, shit. For a startling heartbeat before he levels out. Okay, fuck, I thought we were about... Rebecca! Levels out and turns into the wind. Oh, fuck. Or tornado spouts at the northern edge. Ah, shit, I got to the field where he's faced Theophany, dropping from the clouds in a narrow cone. Earth churns and it spins slowly towards Dreythus. It's past too precise to be natural. It will rip the city apart. Ground the riots, Terran shouts loudly. My vision shakes, and I get the feeling the message didn't go down our pathway, but every pathway. Theophany, our prey, waits on the mountain beyond the field, Terran says as he cuts a route towards the northeast corner of the city. Wing beats sound behind us, and I pivot in the saddle. Hope surges at the sight of the blue wings. What the hell is he doing? My brows rise as Molvik emerges, one of the southwest valleys. The spare bring the advance party from Zethlina. Or Zethania. Terran's head swivels as he relays the information. 1,000 soldiers on their horses. Ha ha ha! Where to go, Eric? They land at the port of Saldu by accident instead of Cordula. They will be here in less than half an hour. The city has reinforcements if it can last that long, but Wyvern outnumber the riders and flyers fleeing for cover. Our forces will have to drive the Wyvern to the ground for the infantry to kill in order to make a difference. My stomach pitches. Where is Aiden Segale? I reach through the barn only to be met with a wall of black ice. Kerr disappears in the fray above the city, and my breath stutters. We have to. I start. One objection, Terran growls as we near the battle. Decide our fate. Glane launches toward Kerr despite the order to shelter. I nod to myself, then rip my gaze away, focusing northward on the tornado and its creator. Time to do what Imogen suggested months ago and delegate. She'll rip the very sky apart before she and Glane accept defeat. Objective 1, fly for Theo Fanny. Fuck! Fuck, what is happening? I'm fucking sweating my balls off. If y'all understood, I'm dripping the sweat here. I'm fucking nervous as fuck. Oh, if you only understand, I'm scared shitless. Woo. Woo. Fuck. I don't know. Is that all for tonight? I think that's all for tonight, isn't it? Woo. Here. Enjoy this one.
Rune Dannon, Crown Prince of the Balbaran Fae. Rune Dannon, Crown Prince of the Balbaran Fae.
Okay. Anyway, Jack. Fucking chode. Whew, okay. We are back. Okay. I am parched. I pressed the button. I pressed the button from the backside. Okay. Whew. Okay. Now, from what I understand, that was supposed to be the last chapter for tonight. It says the next chapter is 26 minutes. I could probably get that one in before my kid's bedtime, but then I would definitely have to be done. So I don't know if that would be a good stopping point. So, do we stop there or do we go one more? So it's to 66. I mean, I tell you what. I mean, it's already given. Listen, I'm not going to lie. I can give another one. I'd have to do a quick switcheroo while the wife put the Liz put the littles to bed, and then we switch around, and then we can keep going, or we stop there. So I'm gonna let y'all discuss it really quick. Do we want to? I mean, I don't even know if I want to do buttons. Oh, say we said nah here, raw. One more. He's to finish the book. Finish the book. I'm the decider of the buttons, not the chapters. Stop at 63 hertz. Read half. Cliffhanger. Oh my lord. Oh, y'all are crazy. Y'all are funny. 63 is good though. What is there? 66 total? How many pages? Okay, how many pages is left? It says 95%. How many pages is left? What does Jesse say? Read half of it, cliffhanger you? You can, and it can end. So is there like a break point in this next chapter? The urge to finish is very strong, knowing that there's not that much left. Like I said, I would have to take a quick break. I would have to take a quick break to put my littles to bed, and then I would finish, and that's in about 45 minutes. So, I mean, if y'all are cool with we'd have to, like, I mean, you know what I mean? We'll figure it out. If everybody is ready to go, the question is it's really for my East Coast peeps, because my East Coast peeps, are y'all going to be able to stay up? That's the question. The East Coast peeps. What do we say? So that's like DW and P. I believe y'all are the... Fuck it, let's do it. Let's do it. We'll take a break, put the kids. We're finishing tonight, folks. We're finishing tonight. Let's do it. Let's do it. Are we ready? Yeah, we're going to do it. Here we go. Fuck you. My daughter and I will meet Malik with clean conscience. Will you and your daughter be able to say the same when they come for you? The last words of Taliko Cardulu, redacted. Chapter 63, Imogen. Fuck me running. Fuck me running. Is it too late to pull out? I mean, is it too late? I mean, I could just, yeah, P, you seem tired. P seems tired. Maybe we should just stop if P's tired. If P's tired, maybe I should stop. Should I pull out? Should we back up? Should we back away? Should we back away? Nope, you started. Nope. Let's go! Imogen, if chaos were a place, it would be Dreythus. Rain beats against the glass of my goggles, and Gain climbs towards three wyverns trying their best to rip Curl apart. A steep angle of her is chosen and makes it hard as hell to stay seated. But I'm not going to tell her to slow. Not that she'd listen anyway. Bodhi's in trouble. I grit my teeth and he doesn't get it. If we lose both him and Royerson, Trenandir falls to whoever the king appoints. I'd rather die than see Navari, aristocrat, on the burned throne, Mom and Katerina, and die defending. The flame of perpetual rage that lives in my chest burns hotter. Fuck that horde. Fuck the Vinny who ride with them. Fuck the unholy vortex of a tornado at the end of the northwest field. And fuck the orders that's standing on the ground in these winds. We're not losing, Bodhi. Was that Imogen? Oh, fuck! Don't bite it, don't bite it, don't bite it. There are still too many wyverns despite the inhuman amount Sorengale just dispatched. And where the fuck is Roranson? He'd be better at helping in the northern east tower because I haven't seen a trace of his shadows in the last 20 minutes. Kurth reports we did not bring sufficient supplies. Gain warns relying Quinn's message from the armory into the turret below. Gods damn it, we brought 2 cases, enough to start a war within our own kingdom, considering Roranson has been withholding our forged weapons from King Taru. Narlich says they've sent more. She doesn't sound hopeful. From 4 hours away? How? Oh shit, Felix knows about Garrick. Gods, he has to be nearing burnout at this point. Now we hold out and pray Sorengale can stop that fucking storm. Kurth also realized that you should be drinking more water. Gotcha. As we've been in combat longer than hoped for, I scuffed, tell Kurth to tell Quinn that I'm perfectly fine. I'd figure she'd worry about me while she's the one doing all the work. Glenn's head snaps upwards. Kerr suffers. She warns me that the gnarling tone that suffers means she's about to do something impetuous. And sure enough, she angles her wings and climbs even higher at nearly 90-degree angle. Shit, I slip my boots back to the next scale ridge and adjust and hold, lying along Glenn's back, tucked my head beneath her pommel and pressing my cheeks. Her scales cut the wind and resistance against my torso as we climb. It's a mistake to look down at the burning city, but I can't help but track 2 wyverns crossing the airspace below. Calf launches and I blink in surprise. Guess Atos is all about breaking the rules now. Brace, Glenn warns, is more than I usually get. Her momentum shifts, slowing for the nauseating second, and I clamp every muscle and mold myself to her spine, changing our shape from the rider and dragon in one being. She's pulled this maneuver too many times for me not to recognize how shitty this is about to be. She attacks from underneath, all teeth and claws, and tucks her wings to protect them and swings her tail upward. I concentrate on moving with her, fighting gravity as I am hung upside down, her dragon tail sliced into the next wyvern. Blood sprays, coloring the rain red. My grip loosens despite the rubber-coated gloves, and I grimace, forcing my fingers further between her scales. Any time now. Fine, she sighs. Then we plummet. The force of the falling pushes me against her scales, effectively holding me in place as she drags the wyvern from the sky. Bones crack, flesh rends, and she tosses the carcass like yesterday's trash. The gray mass falls like a stone to the right, and Glenn rolls, putting me on top of her back instead of under it. 17, she counts. Pretty sure it was 16. I pull myself upward using her scales like a ladder until my ass hits the seat, and I drag my arm across my goggles to clear the rain. There has to be a rune somewhere that will keep these fucking lenses clear. The first one counted, she argued as we surged towards Kerr and remaining wyvern. They're fucking like counting them up like fucking Lord of the Rings, like fucking Legolas and fucking Gimli. Like, 1, 2, what is happening? Kath took that first one. Only after I wounded it, Glenn snaps. Still not to kill. My stomach tenses and I get my first look at good at what we're up against. Kerr swings his tail against again and again, keeping the wyvern at his back at bay, but there's a deep, bleeding, furrowing cut diagonally against her chest. Fuck! No doubt gifted by the claws of the wyvern at his front. I want them all. Glenn's head swivels in both directions. Go for the one at his back, I suggest, in the hopes in the mood to listen. Never know with her. Excellent choice, she agrees with the macabre tone of glee. Bodhi has his sword in hand, but there's no clear shot for him. As the trio starts to spiral downward, at this angle we intercept them head on. I draw my own sword and clutch Glenn's pommel's scales with one hand. My thighs are strong enough to hold on their own, but she's anything but predictable, and I'm not in the mood to die. Blue fire engulfs Kerr in his snout and horns, and Bodhi ducks his head, and the remnants of flame rolls down Kerr's neck, extinguishing to smoke before they reach him. I inhale swiftly to dispel the sudden tightness in my chest. That was way too damn close. Then I focus on the top wyvern, looking in the areas of weakness. Glenn diverts, banking left to Kerr's spiral, then lurches at the wyvern, clawing at his belly. change my mind. Obviously, Glane hits the wyvern like a battering ram, and then I hold tight, whipping forward, then back at my sudden shift of velocity. My pulse jumps as we push forward to the unmistakable sound of rippling scales. There's only determination and a rage pouring down the bond, not pain. An enormous head appears over Glane's shoulder, and for the split second, Fett drops teeth and all, and I can see snapping towards me. Fuck that nonsense. Stay level, I tell Glane, standing on the seat beneath me. Then I run up the slippery scales of her neck, passing the snarling teeth that part long enough of a jet of blue fire rush across Glane's back. Fuck! Good thing I moved before I can go for the throat. I thrust my sword into the eye. And shove with all my strength. The blade plunges through the softer flesh with a sickening squish. Its high-pitched scream rings in my head like a bell, and I debate my life choices, I bet you do, when it wrenches its head back, nearly taking me with it. My fist catches the steel ball at the top of the sword's hilt, and I lock my grip with the wyvern falls away. Glenn dives after the plummeting heap of scales and wings, and I fall backwards, my ass hitting every ridge of her neck before colliding with the pummeled scales. Are you kidding me? I heave myself into the seat, then lock into the position as my muscles are more familiar with sword still in hand. Red flashes by the right. Kath, did you fall off? No, I didn't bond with the whiner. She chases the wyvern down through the rain, then latches onto its neck and rips its throat out. I throw my way left and narrowly miss being sprayed with blood. 18, she declares, flaring her wings to pull out the dive and pointing us back to the northern wall. 17 if we're going by your measure, since I wounded it first. Another lump of gray falls into the blur ahead of us, and I look up to see Kath and Kerr descending towards us. There's a hole in Kerr's right wing, and the laceration on his chest is going to leave a scar, but I can't tell if the angle if Bodhi is wounded. Glane's head swivels as a blue fire wyvern circumvents the city of the south, sending a row of trees up its flames. That one, not our airspace. Corey and the other officers held the eastern and southern western territory, which is swiftly becoming the epicenter of the battle due to the winds. But they're down their most powerful rider, Garrick, and there's no sign of Cadre in sight. For someone so decisive, you have yet to act on that. Glane starts to lecture. Stop right there and agree. Your kill count is 80. Jesus, we're arguing about a fucking kill count right now? What the fuck? My ribs tighten as we descend towards the city. The Veneer done fucking around. They've come through themselves. Blue flame swirls the spiral tower, courtesy of two wyverns climbing its side. The fire whips toward the outward of the dark welder in the garly scarlet robes. Sweeps, thank you, my love. Her staff in the circle from the top of the landmark. Griffins launch with their flyers towards the threat. The sinking feeling pools in my stomach. There are too many of them, and we're already exhausted. Beyond the three felled dragons, four more lie wounded along the walls to the western besides the innumerable griffins. Their bleeding riders do their best to tend to them, and I look away from what's likely a fatal wound on a severed tail on a large brown. Orders. I've always known I'd die in combat. I just don't want to today. The tower, Glane shouts. Quinn. My head snaps to the left and my heart somersaults. One of the dark welders in purple robes strides down the eastern city walls. Thank you, my love. Thank you. One dark welder in the purple robe strides down the eastern city walls like he owns them, and another in the crimson flying leathers approaches along the northern. Both are headed for the turret where the only person I truly love on this battlefield is working. And she probably, well, fuck, I was like, that's not, wait, we're fucking Imogen. That's Garrick. Shit. Is working, and she probably doesn't even know they're coming. Relay to Kurth. Already done. Glane's wings beat as closely as my heart as we move towards the walls. There's nothing we can do from the air. I'm going to have to dismount. Glane growls. You know it's true, and I'm not leaving her to die. I sheathe my sword and move to the shoulder despite the roaring wind shoving my back. God damn it, Imogen. Orders come later. I have to go now. Infantry shoulders fight to intercept the dark welders and are flung from the walls, inconsequential dolls. The guards plummet 50 feet from their desks, clearing the path for the Vinny. Terror saturates my lungs and my heart pump. What's up, my guy? What's up, Swa? And my heart to defend the tower from the walls of the wing leader. Glane relays with the disagreeing snarl, banking left for a parallel approach. Y'all can hear the kitty cat in the background? Let me go. There you go. That was Francois. That was Francois, the big orange one. Oh, that was funny. You are defend the tower from the walls within, wing leader. Glane replies with the disagreeing snarl, banking left in the parallel approach. Great. Get me on the wall now. The Dark Welders are less than 30 feet from the door of the turret, and the 2 remaining guards are in the crossbolt launch platform, look ready to flee. Damn it, they were supposed to be safe. No one was supposed to know, but the purposeful strides of those Dark Welders prove they know what's happening in that tower. Your death would annoy me. Glane slows just enough so I'll survive and extends her foreleg as she flies along the northern wall. Same. I race down the scales. God! I'm not liking this. There's no time to fear, no room. This is an oop-de-oop. It's not going to be them. It's going to be somebody else, isn't it? There's no time, no fear, no room for mistake. Not when Quinn is being hunted. Reaching Glane's tail, I leap into the rain without hesitation. My heart pounding fills my ears while I'm airborne. The northern wall rushes to meet me. I bend my knees to absorb the incoming impact, then run my second boot. Hits the stonework so the momentum doesn't kill me. I hurtle forward and narrowly avoid falling on my face in the wet expansion of the cobblestone as I sprint towards the back of the Vinny in crimson. There's 40 feet between us. 30. Commotion erupts from the base of the tower, but I focus on the Dark Welder and the staff that carries in his right hand. They are evacuating the weapons by foot, Glane says from somewhere above me. Gods, my lungs burns, but I breathe a little easier. Quinn will be safe. Another set of footsteps joins mine, and a flash of metal sparks in the corner of my eye. Atos? Atos is showing up, my guys? Fucking Atos? Catches up on my right, half his face drenched in blood, bearing his own dagger and shield half his size. Shit, that's not good. 20. I channel my rage, rejecting any notion of fear, and draw one of my alloyed hilter daggers from the sheath of my arm in preparation to strike. We're almost there. The Dark Welder pivots, whipping my face to us at an unnatural speed. I can't even match the swings of the staff in our direction. Fire erupts, barreling towards us in a deadly stream, and I weigh our options for a millisecond as we skid to a halt. It hits. We die. Jump. We die. You will not burn, Glane demands. Fuck. I really didn't want to have to do this, but I mentally open the door of my childhood home and flood my body with her power. Get! Atos starts to yell. Behind me, I shout, ripping the shield from his grip. His eyes flare wide and he lets go. We have seconds and I flip the shield, then slam it flat top between the rows of stones at our feet, dropping behind it, keeping my hands on the leather strap. Atos jumps behind me as power rushes in my fingers so quickly I clench my teeth to keep from screaming. Heat surrounds us and the leather hardens in my grip as the shield turns to stone. Fire roars, blazing flows around us. We are the rocks in the river, demanding the water part. The heat dissipates as the blast ends, and Atos dives to the left and throws an alloy hilted dagger, sails from his hand. Then I rise, clenching my own. The Dark Welder's expression of shock remains permanent as I, dissect a few feet away and fall through the wall. One down, and the guards are missing the top of the turret, and I see a flash of purple disappear into the tower. Worse, another dressed in crimson strides along the eastern wall. Atos jumps to his feet and draws his remaining dagger. I'll take that one. Get the one in the tower. He glances the stone in the shield, then breaks into a run. I follow, sprinting as fast as I can. We're going to talk about whatever the fuck that just was later. He shouts over his shoulder, but I've already passed him, using the lesser magic to boost my speed. Kurth roars, sweeping from the sky in the city below, but Dreythus is just like the other Promised cities, designed to keep dragons from landing within its narrow streets. Two women carrying crying toddlers stumble out of the turret's doorway, horror etched on their faces. The taller one's gaze swings to mine as I reach them. You have to help her. We got lost and went into the wrong tower, and she's... Go west, I shout, pointing to the direction I just come from, as Atos runs past to intercept the other dark welder. And run! They nod and do just that. I fling myself through the doorway to the tower and blink, struggling to adjust to the dimmer light as I descend the spiral staircase down, down, and down. Looking for whomever they left behind. Where are you? A raspy roar of my frustration lifts the tower and my heart surges into my throat as I round the bend of the third story. Purple robes spin as the Vinny turns on the landing, sweeping a green-tipped dagger at Quinn as she flashes in and out of space, appearing in front of him only to disappear within a second and pop up somewhere else. There are two other of her, no three, circling the dark welder. She isn't here. She's projecting. Relief nearly cuts me at my knees. I pause just out of sight and lean over the railing to scan the stairs below, but I don't see her. She's probably buildings away with Felix settling up a new armory. I adjust my grip on the dagger, then creep down the steps to get within throwing distance. Wait. Quinn, a handful of stairs beneath me, has her Larrabee strapped to her back and is actually moving closer to the infuriated dark welder, who thrashes wildly with her dagger while other versions of Quinn dance around him, serving and as a diversion. I flip my dagger and throw at the same moment Quinn launches with her own, and the paled hair Vinny spins. His eyes light up, the glass over, then glass over, and he turns gray and shrivels, collapsing at Quinn's feet with two daggers in his chest. Woo! Got him, coach! Got him. I lift my hands in victory and hop down the rest of the steps as Quinn turns to me, her dark green eyes impossibly wide as she looks at her chest. No, the Vinny's blade just lodged between the vicinity of her heart. Fuck, Quinn! God damn it! The world around me slows as she sways towards the wall, her horrified gaze finding mine. No! I shout, throwing myself at her. So it's me she falls against, and my back scrapes against the stone as we slide to the floor of the step. I cradle her as carefully as I can, locking my right arm on her back so she doesn't fall. Quinn, no. Did they make it? Her voice breaks as she stares at me. Blood spreading through the layers of her uniform, through her flight jacket, along the blade. We can fix this, I promise. And suddenly, it's so fucking hard to breathe. We just need to get you to a mender. Did they make it? She repeats, resting her head against the top of my arm. The women, the kids, they hadn't been telling me they'd left someone behind. They were telling me she saved them. Yeah. I nod as my eyes burn and my throat tightens. They made it. You got them out. Good. A soft smile pulls her to mouth. Hold on. All right? We need to get you some help. I look up and down the stairs, but we're alone. Someone's got to be close by. Atos, maybe? Get us some help. I scream towards Glenn. I'm sorry, she says more gently than I've ever wanted to hear. There's no helping me, Quinn whispers. That's not true. I shake my head and my vision blurs. Quinn will be fine. A world doesn't exist where she isn't fine, isn't laughing with Jax and hanging out off my bed with her curls hitting the floor so she can get her head rest while she lectures me about feelings. Her roar vibrates the stone on my back. Kurth, there are no menders here and no runes for this, she says, with the damn reassuring smile of hers. This is the one thing you can't fix, Jen. Her face contorts with the pain, and I swear I feel it in my own chest, rendering muscles and stripping my veins before it passes, and her breath grows shallow. I need you to tell Jax that I love her. No, I wipe the tears that slide from my eyes before it can reach her. You tell her you're going to graduate in a couple of months, and you'll marry her in that pretty black dress you picked out, and you're going to be happy. Tell her she's been the best part of my life. Her mouth curves and she glances past me. You don't count, Kurth. You became my life. She brings her gaze back to mine, and the color drains from her face. Please, Jen. She's with the officers in the South, and I won't. I nod. I'll tell her. This can't be real, can it? How can this be real? Thank you, she whispers, and relaxes against me. Her blink slowing. Tell my parents it was worth it. I'm glad it's you with me. Parapet to Malik's own doorstep. I'm so sorry I'll have to go first this time. Her breathing garbles. And you should tell him, Jen. Tell him. And you find some happy. Quinn. My voice shatters. Don't go. Don't leave me. I beg. Wiping another tear from my vision. Blurs and clears. You're my best friend and I love you. Please stay. This is not how she ends. Not in some dark stairwell in Dreyfus. It can't be. I'm the one who's supposed to fall. She's supposed to live forever. You're mine, and I love you too. Her smile slips, another tear falls. I'm so scared. I don't want to be scared. My face twists, but I mask it. Don't be scared. I shake my head and force a smile. My mom will take care of you, and Katerina too. My mouth quivers. She's a little bossy, but she'll be thrilled to have another little sister. I talk about you all the time. They'll know who you are. Don't be scared. Her next breath is strained and watery. They'll know me. I nod. They'll know you and they'll love you. It's impossible not to love you. Imogen, she whispers, and her eyes flutter shut. I'm right here, I promise. But I can't force the words out louder as my throat closes. We made it a good one. She falls limp. And when I lift my shaking fingers to her throat, there's no pulse. She's gone. My hand slides to the side of her head and I hold her tight. The scream that forces my way through the tangled mess of my throat shreds my soul on the way out and reverberates on the stone, shaking the foundation of my world until it doesn't just slow, it stops. I stop. Hi, I'm Quinn Hollis. I've decided we should be friends. That's what she said as we climbed the turret on conscription day. You do realize we're about to cross the walkway of death. Well, then it might be a short friendship, but we'll make it a good one. I stare at the other side of the staircase, locked in the memory, watching as the stones begin to pale, then lose their color one by one. Each loss higher than the last, my heart somehow continues to beat, marking what I used to think of time, and color disappearing from the stones in the bend beneath us so gradually that I can't help but wonder if Quinn simply took the color with her. Quinn! Someone bellows from above, and footsteps thunder. Where are you? We have to go. There's a deep intake of breath to my left. Imogen! Oh, fuck. My head turns slowly towards the voice, and Garrett crouches on the steps above us, his hazel gaze locking on mine, filling with the misery, so much sympathy that it overflows my own eyes, and wetness streams down the sides of my cheeks. She's dead. Saying that doesn't make it feel any more real. His face falls. I'm so sorry. His glance is down the stairways, but we have to go. There's half a dozen with their hands on the city walls, draining the life of the stone. It's time to go. I hold her tighter, unable to fathom the concept of moving, like there's some minuscule chance she'll return if I just wait here longer. Enough. I can't. Just leave. I am with you. You may not die. Lane growls. Garrick's square jaw flexes. You have to. We have to go, or they'll drain us too. I'm not leaving her. I'm not leaving you. He leans in and slides his hand behind my neck. I'm not leaving you, Imogen. He repeats, softer this time. We'll take Quinn, but we have to go now. Let me have her. I notice the circle beneath his beautiful eyes, the unusual pallor of his complexion. He's exhausted, And for the first time in my life, I don't care that he's seeing me at my weakest. Because he's right there too. My chin tips in a nod. All right. He moves quickly to the steps beneath us, kicking something out of the way, and I gather both of us into his arms. I lock mine around Quinn so she doesn't slip as we're lifted off the floor, and the landing beneath us loses its colors. Let's get you out of here. He takes a single step. Oh, fuck. Heat and light force my eyes shut as my stomach careens, and when I open them, we're somewhere else. Oh, fuck, he winnowed out. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Rain falls through the open doorway, and the scent of the smoke sulfur fills my lungs. Oh, gods. Professor Trissa grabs as Garrick sets Quinn and me down on the warm stone in the nondescript building. A store, maybe? Quinn's body slides and helps lay beside me, cushioning her head with his hand. Vinny, Garrick explains her loss with a single word. Are you weaving? I ask Tressa. We're starting. Her gaze darts over mine. They'll be weak until we can bolster with more power, but they're our best shot. It's still not enough. Garrick hangs his head as I stand. I can't. He signs and strides through the door. I obey the simplest instinct to follow, shoving myself to my feet and forcing my body to move. There's a battle. We're in a war. Malik might claim more lives. I follow him past the little room where Felix worked beside cases alloy hilted daggers, all imbued, all humming with power. Then I step outside in the rain and stare. Houses burn. Wyvern and Griffin's bodies lie in the middle of the crumpled roof lines. Civilians scream. Curse sails to the sky and takes the Wyvern straight to the ground. Bodhi is on his hands and knees across the town square retching. The dark welders are draining the city walls. We're next. Where are you going? I shout at Garrick's back. I can't walk again. Even if I made it to Arisha, I'd never be strong enough to get back. He calls over his shoulder. So I'd better find some fucking way to do something. I sheathe my last alloy hilted dagger and stare up at the wyvern-filled sky. Then I make my way back inside, slip Quinn's last dagger from her thigh sheath and reach for Glane. Tell every rider within the walls to get over here and disarm. It's the only way we're living through this. Outside, the sky darkens, furthers. Sorengale better take their leader all the way the fuck out, or this will have all been for nothing. The fuck is going on, y'all? All right, we're just moving on. A gift from one servant of Dune to another. I must warn you, only those touched by the gods should wield their wrath. I will pray to her that she needs to not use it to avoid reacquainting herself with the others who carries her favor. Her path will still not set. Recovered correspondence from the High Priestess Desiree to His Royal Highness Cadet. A gift from one servant of Dune to another. I must warn you, only those touched by the gods should wield their wrath. I will pray to her that she needs not use it to avoid reacquainting herself with the other who curries her favor. Who the fuck is the other? Her path is still not set. They're definitely talking about fucking Violet, and that's the priestess to fucking Eric. What are we fucking talking about here, my guy? 64. Fuck me. Violet's chapter. I swear the tornado slows as Taryn battles the wind at the eastern edge of the field, flying for the mountainside ahead of us. It's slowing, Taryn agrees. She used to get us here. Theophanes holding it like a knocked arrow, waiting for our arrival. Trees are uprooted a mile to the left, turning into low-flying projectiles that hurtle across the field, across the crossbolts. Field like crossbolts. The tornado may have slowed its progress, but it's doing far more damage along the way. The wyvern launches ahead of us, moving along the way. In a split second, I can't help but wonder if I just invited Malik to our doorstep. She's a Maven, and I'm a cadet. She wields storm with expert precision, and I need a conduit for my lightning. She's already failed Taryn once before. She's already flayed Tara once before. The smartest thing I could do is fly for the wards and save us both. All four of us. Excuse me, thank you for lightning bolts. 4 of us considering Zazen and Sigale, but I can't leave those people to die. Even if it means we're... Excuse excuse me, were, what is that, dissected alongside of them. Riders don't run, we fight. Now preferably, Terrence remarks, if you're done accepting our deaths, not accepting, just calculating. I draw power through my chaired veins as the distance between us grows smaller and smaller, gripping the conduit from my left hand and raising my right. Energy rips through me as I release it, dragging the bolt downward and letting go before I can blister through my fingers. Lightning strikes as Theophany's wyvern rolls to the right. I missed. My stomach clenches again. Terran demands banking right to follow down as the rain turns to ice. Hail hits the stones the size of peas, then cherries, hitting me with the force of 1,000 blunt arrows as the wind tears at my face. But I lift my hand. The conduit shatters. Glass slices into my palm, and I gasp at the pain as my blood wells. No, no, no. I can't wait. I can't aim without it. Yeah, you can. You have to, Terran orders as we spiral downward. Right, dying up here isn't an option. I'm willing to entertain, and I'm not about to let her kill my friends or Zayden either. I quickly undo the strap holding the jagged remnants of my wrist and let what's left of the orb and the fist chunk size of ice that destroyed it fall away. My hope plummets with it. I have to kill her just like I did those wyverns, with volume. I unsheathe my last alloy hilted dagger and grasp it. Oh, we got an amber alert. Hang on, let me turn that down. Sorry. I unsheathe my last amboy hilted dagger and grasp it with a bleeding hand. I am ready to anything. Lift my right hand and wield against it. I miss as she rolls the opposite direction and begins to climb with the follow. I draw power again and again, but it becomes harder with every strike. Yeah, I just popped it up just so the alarm didn't go out. I'll leave it there and read it later. Yes, we get Amber Alerts all the time, unfortunately. She avoids every single one as we fly along the mountain, hugging the terrain. Terran surges and sweeping beats of his wings, ganging her. Heat singes my lungs and burns and fries until I feel nothing but fire rage. Rocks fly as I hit the ridgeline to the right, missing her by 10 feet as we fly towards the sun. The sun. I jerk my head south. The tornado has stalled midway towards the city, and the sky above us is clear all the way to the east. She's killing the storm to make it harder for me to weld. That explains why I'm burning hotter than before. I jerk my focus back to prey before it can wander towards the city. I'm desperately fighting to save. Do not take more than you can channel, Terran warns as he lunges forward. His teeth snap close a few feet behind the wyvern's tail. They're too fucking fast. The wyvern's dives, curving along the ridgeline to the right, and Terran follows. A roar of unfitted agony fills my head, and so loud it vibrates my bones and shrill enough to pop my ears. Jesus Christ! Segale, Terran bellows, his wings losing their rhythm. My heart skips a series of beats. Oh, Malik, no. I hurl myself down the bond, but the wall of ice doesn't just stand firm. It repels me with brute force. Dread nails my stomach to the floor as we lose speed. I hear the snap a second before the shadow falls over me. No, not a shadow, a massive net with the weight the size of a desk attached with edges along. Terran rolls and banks left, but it's no use. Terran, I scream as the net smashes my torso downward onto the pommel, covering every scale I can see. He'd be able to bear the weight if as easily as torso, but it soothes his wings in the weight. Oh, gods, tuck your wings or they'll break. His roar of indignation shakes the rocks loose from the mountainsides, but snaps them close, tangling in the net. And we fall. The fuck is happening? Prepare yourself, Terran. Terran can't be going. No. Terran warns as the mountain flies by in a blur. Adarna, Zayden, Segale, Mira, Brennan, my friends, they slip through my mind in a world of pictures I can't grasp to, flickering too fast, fast to fully feel. All I can do is ease the pommels, lean right to spare the inevitable impact on my abdomen as the thick ropes of the net digs into my back. You have been the gift of my life, I tell Tarn. It's not over, he shouts. We hit with the jarring impact, bone crunching against the rock, and my left arm snaps at the dagger. Ow, fall. Fuck! A dagger falls. A scream forces its way through my lips, and we slide down the mountain just like the first time we encountered Theophany. The sounds of the claw scraping over the stone consumes my existence as I fight to block out the pain, and Terrence swings his body weight so we skid headfirst through the trees into an endless, terrifying plunge. I keep my head down to avoid any low-hanging branches as someone digs painfully into my ribs, and eventually our momentum slows. Holy shit, we might survive the fall. Of course we'll survive, Taryn growls. Are you hurt? I ask Taryn as we come to a stop at what appears to be the edge of the forest. Nothing that won't heal after we free ourselves and separate the sinew from bone. The scent of sulfur fills the air as Tarn's breath fires through the net. Wood crackles and the net throbs as the surge forward and the net slips just enough for me to sit up through the opening that's clearly designed to hold dragons, not riders. We have to get to Sigale, which means getting him free, but it will take too long to cut through these ropes with rune daggers I have. And even if I do, I'll still have to weld to kill her without alloy hilted ones, and I'm already edging burnout. My arms throbs mirthless. Is she about to pull from the fog? What the fuck is happening? She's gonna pull from the ground. What the fuck is happening? My arms throbs mercilessly in every breath, and I take scold my lungs. Sigale can't handle herself. Tarn grits out, but bowstrings tighten, tensions, and worry radiates down the bond as the fire streams again, and he fights to get loose, and it's a dark welder descends ahead. Sure enough, Theophany's wyvern glides towards the field like they have all the time in the world, and likely we're pinned exactly where she wants. God, she's relentless. It doesn't matter that my arm throbs in the excruciating intensity that we have to get out of here right fucking now. Time for the ruins I brought in case of emergency, and pray I tempered them correctly, because this is definitely a crisis. We have to get out from under this thing. Cradling my left arm in my chest, I twist for my pack, but something pushes into my ribs and digging into my bag one-handed. I discard the ones I don't need, then snag the one softening surface and shove it up against the ropes. Here's hoping it's right. Magic ripples and the fibers stretch and give way. My eyebrows rise. It worked. Rip what you can, I shout to Tarn. Stay seated so we can fly, he orders, shredding the net into the edges of his spikes, and I take the opportunity to grab whatever jabbing me in my pocket. Eric's package. I catch the hastily scrawled message on the edge of the package I'd missed when Sloan handed it to me. For when you lose yours, strike in the dark. What the fuck? For when you lose yours, strike in the dark, Violet. What the fuck? The fall has broken the wax seal, and the parchment rolls as I loosen my grip, dropping the carved piece of gray marble in my lap. A ceremonial-looking dagger with a familiar flame shaped, etching the hilt. I glance at the accompanying notes from the High Priestess of Dune's temple in Arisha, but the letters blur as the pain in my arm flares as Tarn thrashes to free us. A gift from one servant of Dune to another. I must warn you, only touched by the gods should wield their wrath. I will pray to her that she not need to use to avoid reacquainting herself with the other who curries her favor. Her path is still not set. My stomach pitches. Who would let Eric know I'd lose my dagger, let alone think that some piece of rock could replace... Ahead of us, Tarn snaps, and I jerk my attention forward and sheathe my marble dagger out of instinct. Theophany stalks towards us from the tree line, her hair fraying from the braid, and there's nothing patient or amused on her face. I frantically scan with what sky I can see. Theophany's wyvern waits in the field below, beyond the trees, and the only other wings I find are located in the battle over Dreythus in the distance. Which hopefully means she's alone. How much time do you need to free yourself? I asked Tarn, wrenching the buckle of my saddle free and climbing through the hole in the net. Pain shoots to my left arm, but I pretend it belongs to someone else and keep going. Pain doesn't matter if you're dead. Moments, Tarn shouts. I'm not gonna let her kill you like the trusted pig, I retort, fear and wrath fueling me as I scramble for his shoulder, struggling to keep my arm stable until he settles. He must have thrown the claws out before the net hit because his foreleg is already extended, bracketing his lower jaw. I draw a rune dagger, then slide. What are we doing, Violet? Dragging the edge of the blade along his leg as I go. The blade won't cut the scale, but the net falls in its wake. Brought low by a net, Theophany and Mock striding towards us. How easy it was to catch the pair of them. The pair? The scream. They have Sigale too? Taryn's rage washes over me like acid. I pull myself in front of Taryn and open the floodgates to his power, welcome the scorch of the heat and the flame of my blistering veins. Silver one, Taryn growls in a warning of the accomplishment of the sound of the shredding rope. If I burn out, so be it. But she won't touch you. I say aloud just so Theophany will know I'm not fucking around. You have made your choice then, Theophany asks, coming closer by a step. I have. I flick my right hand skyward and let the energy snap through me, yanking it down with the tip of my finger. Theophany races 10 yards to the right, moving faster than I've ever seen. You have to be. You'll have to be. I weld again before she can finish and strike the very place she's standing, earning an immediate clap of thunder. She's already 20 feet to my left. Faster she finishes and strikes again, only for the pattern to repeat. Again and again and again, my lungs scream as I breathe the very thing that I've become. Heat and power and rage. She is still too fast for me to catch and moving closer to Taryn with every failed strike. Almost there, he assures as the rope snaps behind me. I need to throw her off her game now. I hold my next strike when she appears 20 feet ahead. Tell me, do you miss Umbral? Her eyes flare and she startles. Victory. I gather more and more power, spooling it like molten thread. Do you not yearn for the temple? I use the words the high priestess had on me. Her face twists with an emotion that almost looks like longing, but it's quickly masked with anger. Do you, she counters, or are you immune, having only been touched, not dedicated? She charges forward. Do you know the pain of never being allowed to return, or knowing that I would serve the very thing that's kept me untouchable all these years? I left a fraction of my power releasing, striking the ground in front of her, and she skids to a halt. Touched? Shit. The priestess in Umbral had said that too. She had the note wrapped around Eric's gift. As a high priestess, you would have had immeasurable power on the isle. How is it you still had enough? Why serve a god when you can be one? Theophany snarls. Putrid fear consumes the bond, followed by another roar that nearly buckles my knees. Sigale, my head jerks upwards, my heart lurching against the cape of my ribs as Taryn snarls his talons, furrowing for the forest floor. Don't! Terror clogs my throat as I shout for Zayden, but he can't hear me. Dreythus is enveloped in darkness, and the shrieking cries of wyverns follow soon, racing across the field, the echoing off the rocks above. What? Theophany pivots towards the noise. Shadows spread like a ripple on the lake, devouring the field of the fury of the Onyx Storm and sweeping towards us at a speed that squeezes the hope from my chest, then outright shatters my heart. The pain hits like a physical blow to the center of my chest. He's terrifyingly powerful with Sigale, but not like this. This is the kind of force that ends world, and it's almost here. I love you, I whisper down the bond and the ice cracks, but it's not enough to halt the approaching wave of darkness. Oh, she's got a strike in the darkness. That is Zayden. No! Shadows throw Theophany to the ground a second before it rushes over me. Whisper soft against my cheeks, tossing it into a pitch black night. Strike! Taryn snaps, and I hear the net give way. Exhaustion grabs hold and refuse to be ignored. I'm too tired, too close to burning alive. What's the point if I can't catch her? Use the darkness, Taryn orders. My heart stutters. Use the very thing that has taken Zayden from me? I've never dreamed of taking every possible path to cure him. Would lead to this choice. The fire devouring me from inside threatens to consume my very bones. And for a second I debate letting it. I couldn't stop my mother. I can't stop Zayden. I can't save him. Wait, strike in the darkness. That's what I said. That's what Eric's note said. Like he knew this would happen. I told you he can see the future. Fucking nobody listened to me. I gasp at the pieces click in the O1 overwhelming heartbeats, the reinforcement telling me to guard Dune's temple. Yanking, that's Lennox. Linking Lennox out of, what is happening? What? Linking Lennox out of the way before he opens the door to the great hall. Okay, hang on. He knew he'd been manifesting this entire time. He's a fucking precog. I whisper in awe. I fucking lost my page, sorry. Lost my page. I hit too many buttons. He's a fucking precog, I whisper in awe. A real one. Not like Milgren, who can only foresee battles. If Eric Weld's true precog... fucking called it. He saw this and he gave me the weapon he made fracture the temple. A temple Theophany can't step inside. I don't believe in oracles, but I do believe in signets. I unsheathe the marble dagger with my right hand, then mix my pain in the shearing power that scorches what's left of my beating heart, lift my broken arm, releasing in an agonizing burn of the energy skyward, and hold it. The continuous strike lights up the surrounding branches out through the shadow, revealing Theophany's back. She stumbles to her feet and whirls towards me, eyes flaring wide, and she dives left, smacking to an invisible wall and falling backwards. A wall that snarls? Scales shimmer to the same silver blue as my strike, and a small dragon stalks forward. Theophany, her low head teeth, and it's just like that, my stammering, "It's Adarna, you mother..." Theophany reaches out her hand, wondering, lightning her red eyes. I don't care what intentions are, she's not getting her hands on Adarna. Pain wraps me in a bowling vice, and the fire sears my lungs, but I hold the bolt again and sprint. Adarna leaving was one thing, losing her to the touch of a dark welder is incomprehensible. Irid, Theophany whispers with reverence, straining towards Adarna. I lunge, driving the dagger straight into her heart. Fire breathes through me until I am char and cinder in agony. She staggers backwards and starts to laugh. And then she sees the blood, stops. How? Her eyes flare. She topples to her knees. Stone doesn't kill Vinny. You were never just Vinny, I replied. Dune is a wrathful goddess to a high priestess who turns their back on her. She opens her mouth to scream in an instant. Then I release the bolt, plunging us into darkness and surrounding to the fire burning me alive. Violet, Adarna whispers. Then I hear nothing. What do you mean you hear nothing? What do we hear nothing? What do we hear nothing? What do we mean we hear nothing? What the fuck is nothing? I am sweating. I have fucking swass right now. I have fucking so much swamp ass. It's not even. I'm fucking sweating. Ugh. Motherfucker. All right. Is it time for me to go? Liz, is it time for me to go hug the little ones? Are they ready? Are they ready? Have they been put on their bed? Different kind of. Y'all are. No, they're not ready for bed yet. Are they still sick? Let's be honest. Are they even going to school tomorrow? I'm gonna wait for confirmation from the boss. Break time, right? I don't know. I'm freaking out here, my guys. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of fucking scared. I think we got 2 chapters left. Adarna is back. It's pretty awesome. And I called it. I called it. I don't know if, I don't think she ever lost the bond personally. I think it was just hidden. I think the bond was hidden. I think that was all I left. And I want to say, I called Eric. I called Eric. All right. All right. I think we're ready. I think we're ready. Let's just get into this. Here we go. The only thing more predictable than the violent providence is that Trenador is her duke. There is a reason reigning aristocracy should never wear black. Journal of General Augustine Milgren. Chapter 65. Zayden. It was one thing to beckon me, call me, summon me to this hidden, sun-soaked canyon south of Dreythus against my will, to drag me from the walls of our defenses and force me to walk away from my friends in a city full of civilians. It is wholly another have wounded and ensnared Sigale. Blood drips among her scales, coursing down her shoulder, and the sight of soaking the forearm. Thick ropes that bind her cuts from the quick and floor me with the power in any way nothing else could. I take it all, then draw more. But she's already depleted from holding off so many wyverns at the walls of Dreythus. Wyverns course like a current under the ice I'm willing to skate onto. Cutting my emotions, feel like the burdens they are so I can be the weapon she needs. She was the first to choose me, to elevate me above all others, the first to see every ugly side of me and accept it all. And every single person in the fucking canyon will die before they remove a single one of her scales. Violet will free Tarn, and that's the only outcome I'll allow into existence. Two Vinny standing guard ahead of me along the mouth of the canyon, and their ridiculous robes aren't the issue. I have them... Oh, nobody's coming. I have them dissected with the heartbeats as soon as Sigale can regain enough power. But the one who walks forward toward Pamchek's cowering Pamchek's traitorous ass! Pamchek? You fucking Pamchek! Fuck! Putting himself between Sigale and me, he's a problem. Not because he's more lethal, not because he's supposed to be dead, but because I can't kill him. I could no more raise a blade to his throat than I could Violet. The bond between violence and me is more of magic than has no explanation. The bond between Byron and me is the kind that should never exist. And now that the sage has another sibling, he can use it against me. I'm screwed. Watch carefully, my initiate, Barwin says to me. Oh, freaking TikTok, it's entertainment purposes only. Stupid. Digressing. 10 minutes. Watch carefully, my initiative, Barwin says to me over the boulder, barring the scars down the middle of his face from when I threw him into the ravine at Basgiath. I glance past Barwin and Sigale and the Vinny to my new brother and the unconscious dragon lying in the valley beyond the canyon guarded by 7 wyvern. How could he do this? Chose this after watching me stumble and fall over the last 5 months. How could he willingly walk the path I fought like hell to leave? He's the last person I would ever expected to turn, and yet here we are. I cannot let Sigale die. I cannot let him stumble down the same path I did. I cannot allow my friends to perish because I selfishly want to keep Violet by my side. I am clamoring, consuming emotions pound at the ice, but I cannot let it. She has no path. No matter what I choose, it's wrong. But only one path leaves Sigale alive. This is not what we'd agreed to. Pamchek shouts, stumbling backward towards his own shrieking netted dragon. Fuck, who cares about Pam? Fuck him! Right in the goat ass. Jesus! I don't bother looking in their direction. Fucker deserves to suffer. Like a pineapple sideways, y'all. For settling us. for selling us out. Whatever the sage, what Berwin does, if no consequences to me. How much information has he sold to the enemy? Certainly enough to lure us to Dreyfus. How many times did he give Violet there? Oh my God. Violet dies. The decision has been made without debate. Do not lose yourself, Sigale warns, thrashing against the net that has been pinned to the rocky ground for 20 feet in front of me. You have not turned as a result of his ploys this afternoon. Do not give in to this one. But he hadn't had her, and now he does. There's no other way, I reply, slowly unsheathing my 2 alloy-hilted daggers I keep at my thighs, and earning a glare from the dark welder standing at the tip of Sigale's tail, his fingers splaying in obvious threat. Did you not ask for power? Berwin snarls, holding 2 alloy-hilted daggers of his own as he approaches Panchix. Have I not provided? Fuck. Put those away. We both know you're not going to hurt me. Panchik reaches for the net over his dragon. I'm the only one who can give you access to your son. I have another. Berwin stabs deep between the dragon's scales, and it dissects the green draining from its scale and shrieking into a husk, in itself to a husk. Terror bursts out through the ice. Berwin just killed a dragon with a dagger. How the fuck is that possible? Were you watching? Because that's exactly what's about to happen to yours. He turns to me and saunters towards Sigale as she thrashes fuel. No way. He turns to me and saunters towards Sigale as she thrashes fury under the net. You have to channel deep to replace the loss of her power. He lifts the blade. And do not just skate over the ice. Become it. Stop, Sigale roars, bellowing back Berwin's robes. Do not do this to save me. Oh, fuck. Do this. It's already done. How fucking dare they pull my dragon from the sky, snare and hurt the one who anchored my existence? I throw my blades into the air, fall to one knee. I splay my hand over the canyon floor and break. In my final act of resistance, I become the very thing I despise. Maybe it's good that I can't feel a single damn thing. I breathe in the power that pulses beneath my hand like a living, breathing creature and exhale darkness. Shadow streams through the canyon, thick as tar and black as ink, blackening out from the afternoon sun and turning the space pitch black. Shadow plants my daggers in the chest of 2 Vinnies standing guard. Shadow drags Berwin from Sigale and knocks them both, him and my new brother, unconscious. Shadow brings quiet. My soul departs like pieces of ash from a fire, flanking fire and drifting away as power consumes the space it once inhabited. I am no longer on ice. I am the ice. And I still feed, tunneling deep into the source of magic itself and surging outward, simultaneously finding the identical heartbeats that mark wyverns and slicing through the scale of the shadow, ripping their rune stones free. I start with the one who dared to set the teeth in Sigale's shoulder. I skim past the one who now thinks himself my brother, then destroy the 6 blocking the entrance to this canyon. Save them, the last remaining pieces of me beg, holding on with teeth and claw to them from the beginning, from being torn away. Are they ready? Okay. I'm almost done with this chapter. I'll go. My shadow surges from the canyon over the city, ending the wyvern in the air and on the ground. I am everywhere at once, shredding the net that ensnares Sigale, tearing the heart from the wyvern who has Dane and Keth backed into a corner, rushing over Imogen as she looks into the sky at the pass, plucking wyvern off one by one, listening with satisfaction as their bodies hit the ground in front of the people she loves. I stream up from the cliffside, falling back to the magic that burns the touch of the northern side. I love you. Violet's voice cracks. The cold and the silken thread of the warmth wedges itself into the opening before it seals shut, locking in place. No, wait. I grab for the thread with desperate hands, clawing to keep hers as more of my pieces are blown away, lost to the void. She is the warmth and light and air and love. My shadows consume the valley she stands in, daggers bared, defending Taryn from the same style of the net that caught Sigale. I shove the maven to the ground regardless of her rank, then slide over Violet with gentleness that takes over my concentration. I love her. That is the emotion I cling to. The fire of pure power burning at the feeling of edges. And I know if I take it any further, it will be the next and final piece to float away. I bare my teeth and yank my hand from the ground, gasping at full breath as my heart thunders. I've never felt so strong and so defeated at the same time. This was the only way. I raised to my feet and released the shadows, and the canyon comes into view. Sigale struggles to stand up right ahead of me, blood dripping from the bite marks in her shoulder. The net falls in tatters, and she expands her wings to full width, taking nearly every foot of the canyon. She glances over the destruction, the bodies, and narrows her golden eyes in a silent rebuke. Will you forsake me now? I ask, walking over Berwyn's unconscious body. I'd kill him if I could. Fuck, I thought I had. I wondered how many initiates felt the same about their sage. At least one that I know of, but beyond that physical impossibility of it, he has something I need. I am no longer initiate. What is there left of you to forsake? Sigale lowers her head, and steam gusts down the canyon, reminding me of the moment she found me in the forest at threshing. You tell me. I lower the ice and let her in. Her next breath is laced with sulfur. Her eyes widen. You cannot mean to. You saw what happened. It is the only way. She glances over her shoulder. And you think she'll help? She loves me. Taryn does not. And you haven't looked in the mirror yet. The red veins branching from your eyes look like her lightning. She'll help. It comes with a hell of a lot more certainty than I feel. She's promised. Even if she agrees, no one will. Someone owes me a favor. He'll never let you near her. Her tail flicks, especially while she lies in a vulnerable state. Is she hurt? The beating organ behind my ribs stumbles, and I reach down the bond connected to my mind to hers, but it's muddled with unconsciousness. Yes, Sigale says slowly, her head moving in a serpentine motion, but she will survive. She pauses. They have completed the wards, but they extended no further than Dreythus. That's good. Bad. Fuck. I don't even know. What even am I? Hers. Persuade Taryn, I beg. Everything depends on it. We will ask, Sigale finally says, flexing her claws in the rocky soil, and her decision will determine our fate. Those are the terms I can agree to. We're airborne in less than a minute. You want to come chit-chat while I go give the littles a kiss really quick? Yeah. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to let you talk to the great, amazing Liz until I come out and finish this out.
Arnar. Not the Zayden. Theory time. All right, discuss. What do we think? Oh, he did. Probably needs to jump up and down a little bit. I'm pretty good. I guess I should probably talk into this. Hello. How is everyone? Hi, Pixie. Yeah, the kiddos, they're starting to feel better. Still like feeling a little sluggish, but overall good enough to no fever anymore, so they can go back to school. So that'll be good. But I think they just needed some extra time to get over it. The oldest just had like a little viral thing going around, so Oh, I did. I cried my guts out too today. That was brutal. I finished Empire of Storm. That was something. And then I was looking at the list on the inside because I'm doing the tandem read. So I think I'm on chapter 63 of Tower of Dawn. So I'll finish that out in the next, probably by tomorrow. Hi. And then, I don't know, I saw on the tandem read list that the last chapter is named Fireheart. And I'm like, But I cannot imagine reading Empire, finishing it, and then having to wait for the next book, only to find out it's about Chael's healing journey. I don't think I would have been approachable for a while after that. I don't know. Did anybody read it as they were coming out? Yeah. I'm really glad I did the tandem read. I didn't think I would want to do it. Like, I was always like, that seems super weird. Ooh. Allie Grace. Oh, I can't even imagine having to read Empire and then wait. And then wait for it. Oh my God. That would be so brutal. Oof. That's probably why Agatar 6-7's coming out the way it is. She probably like, I ain't hearing it. She made her own tandem read.
I'm back. They're like, what is happening with this guy? Okay, sorry. You can. All right, we're back. It was quite the re-entrance. I had to,
They didn't like her.
Who the fuck is that?
I don't know. She just came out of me on the couch, and the girls are deathly afraid of her.
That's scary as fuck, yo. Okay.
This is why y'all were finishing the last chapter. I was doing a little thing. My children were scared of her, so I had to put her away.
Okay. Why is I'm okay? World's longest side quest. Why is this crap? I'm not happy right now. I'm not happy with the way shit's going. I'm not gonna lie.
You have 1 minute left in this chapter.
Well, that's just the intro part. Yeah, it's a little bit longer than that, but. All right. Who do I think the brother is? Probably somebody I've never met yet. Or it's Nolan. It's Nolan. I still think. Oh. May the odds be in my favor. I don't know. I don't know. I still think it's fucking like Nolan. I still think it's Nolan. Fucking from the very, very beginning. That's who I think. I don't know. That's what I'm going with. Not Nolan. No Lion. Whatever. The one that saved fucking what's his nuts. Yeah, that one. Yeah. That one. Ooh, that's who. That's who. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, him. Nolan. So that's where we're going. That's where I don't know why, but my mind has been nailing. Yeah, nailing. Yeah, nailing. That guy. I don't know why, but for some reason that dude has been in my head from the very, very beginning. From the very, very beginning. But all right. Last chapter, I believe. Let's get into this. While cadets are strongly encouraged not to form romantic attachments while studying in the quadrant, lieutenants are permitted to marry whomever they choose upon graduation. I mean, do the people they like, is it like automatically? I don't know. Like they get picked like it's consensual, right? Because that would be kind of fucked up. Article 5, Section 7 of Dragon Riders Codex. Chapter 66. Violet, Brennan shouts, racing down the steps of the Rorinson house and into the moonlit courtyard. Sounds of celebration steam through the open doors. I groggily rise to my feet beside Imogen and the shape moves in the shadows to the right. I will not let them burn you, Adarna vows. What? My head whips her away. Why would my brother burn him? And why in Dune's name would I be sitting on gravel in the courtyard? My thoughts are slow. Something's off. Something's wrong. Are you all right? I ask Brennan as he reaches us. Am I all right? His eyes bulge and he looks me over for injury. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Where have you been? His voice rises and a group of riders I don't recognize comes through the gate at our left. Wilson, Brennan asks. The taller one walks our way. Report. He glances over his shoulder. Quickly, his mouth opens and shuts. Where have I been? I'm just getting ready. I don't know what's happening. The officer's gaze darts over me. It's fine, Brennan assures him. Official numbers are 4 riders, their dragons, and 3 elders murdered in the valley in what we're estimating in the last few hours, Wilson says. And we still have 5 riders missing. 4 now, he adds, looking at me. His mouth tenses. But after that display, we all know Roranson did this. I bet the other 3 are already. My stomach lurches, and Imogen tenses so hard she might as well be stone. Wait, is this a dream? I clench my right fist and prick my palm with my fingernails just enough to feel pain, but I don't wake. The wards are holding in Dreythus, and as the last report, but those who know how many of the dissections were during the battlefield were actually him. Wilson continues, and so far the tally is 6 missing eggs from the hatchling ground, but they're double checking. Missing eggs. I reach for Taryn, but the bond feels foggy, like he's sleeping. He needs a cycle of rest to recover, Adarna clarifies. Recover from what? He was fine when I saw him last, which was about 5 minutes ago in the woods at the edge of the field, where I killed Theophany. Zayden? Where I killed Theophany. Zayden. A wall of shadows. My heart sinks. What the fuck is happening? How did I get here? Why is my head so hazy? Am I concussed? You're dismissed, Brennan tells the writer. Keep this classified until we have a full report. Just because she's your sister doesn't mean she's not the fastest way. Dismissed, Brennan snaps and the writer backs away. Do you know where he is? Brennan asks me softly once the other rider is out of earshot. Roranson? You heard what Wilson said. We have dead dragons and riders and missing eggs. And if I've seen Roranson, I need to know, Violet. Words fail me. Why can't I think? I don't know. I raise my hands to my mouth and a piece of parchment in front pocket catches on my arm, then falls. Brennan catches it. Cardulo. He lifts his eyes to Imogen. I haven't seen him since yesterday, she says, her voice slow, almost monotone. Lieutenant Travis, among the missing. Brennan answers gently, then glances my way and does a double take. Holy shit, Violet. What? I lower my arms. Garrick is missing too. Who else makes up the 4 riders Wilson mentioned? Your finger, Imogen says, and stares at the ground. My finger? The snap, right? I think I broke my arm. I glance down and stare. My left arm is splintered, and a beautiful golden ring with an emerald size on my thumbnail sits on my hand. Oh, gods, I know that stone. It matches the others from the blade of Arisha upstairs in Zayden's nightstand. Is it the missing one? What is happening right now? I ask slowly. You don't know? Brennan lowers his voice. I shake my head. Brennan turns the paper from my pocket. This carries the seal of Dune, he says. May I open it? I nod. Gawking at the ring. It's not just any ring on my finger. It's the finger. But how? Well, he put it on you, duh. He put it on you right before he... Oh, fucking Christ. I was on the field battling Theophany this afternoon. And then she dissected and then burned myself straight into unconsciousness. Now it's 3 a.m. and I'm in Arisha. And there are murdered dragons and riders, missing riders, and missing eggs. Zayden wouldn't do that, would he? The storm of shadows, my blood chills. How far had he gone? I fling myself down the bond, but there's nothing there. It's gone? Or he's too far away to feel it. I remind myself to keep from panicking. When had he put this ring on my hand? It's an official blessing of your legal binding marriage. Brennan whispers, stunned quickly, and rolls parchment by the head of the priestess of Dune's temple. To Zayden? Gravity bends, warping everything I thought I knew into wherever reality is. Brennan nods. My eyes flare. We're married? Thousands of emotions try to force their way through my jumbled thoughts, and the immediately rush of the awe trips over the right of the logic of how. There's no fucking way I'd forget something like that. Why isn't he here? Where did he go? Because he fucking turned. And why? I think the note on the outside is meant for you. Brennan hands me the parchment. I flip the missives over to see 2 sentences in Zayden's handwriting. Don't look for me. It's yours now. He's gone. I try fumbling my foggy brain through the overwhelming shock, but I can't think straight. It's like he fucking turned. He fucking married her so that way fucking Trenendare is hers. And he fucking turned. But I can't think straight. It's like someone has fucked with my chest draws tight. How long have I been missing? 12 hours, Brennan answers. What did you do? My head snaps towards Imogen in a deep sense of forbidding takes root. He slowly lifts her gaze to mine. What? You asked me to. The fuck do you mean? What do you mean? What the fuck do you... Where's the end of the book, bitch? The fuck is that shit? Fuck this. Fuck this. Ashton's Theory starts Saturday, y'all. What the fuck is that bullshit? Bullshit. What the fuck with you asking? Fucking bullshit. That's some fucking bullshit. That is the biggest count of bullshit. For Rebecca! Fucking... That's bullshit. Fuck yeah. Okay. You know what, P? Again, P, louder. What the? Yeah, I see why you threw the book. I see why y'all threw the motherfucking book. I see it. Oh, ooh, yeah. What you told me to? What you told me to, Drill Sergeant? Okay, Forrest fucking Gump. That is the biggest... Write a book, Rebecca. Fucking stop going to hockey game. What? That's bullshit. So, anyway, that's bullshit. Seriously. You have a video of Cassian? I hope it's... That was, you know what? I'm glad we finished it tonight. Because if I had read that shit tomorrow, there would have been war. Nope. Yeah, fuck a ribbon cutting ceremony, Sean. You know what? Fucking bullshit. She needs to cut a fucking ribbon ceremony on a goddamn book is what she needs to do, or some fucking typewriter ink. This is bullshit. How do you... What you told me to? Worst ending ever. Worst. That fucking bullshit. I'm sorry. Okay, what are we saying now? Oh, yeah, I'm caught up, though. I'm sorry. He didn't.
You gifted another boo-boo.
Where? You got another boo-boo? Where? It's just bigger. It's just bigger. His dent got a little bigger. Sorry. It did get a lot bigger. Oh, jeez. It did get... Oh, wow. Oh, I can feel the dent on the inside now. Oh, Ernisha.
Ernie fought back this time.
Ernie fought back. This is... And the cat opening. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right, we're good. It was a good book. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was a good book. It was a good book. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. This is Is the bond gone? Do you mean the bond from which bond are we talking about, Q? Let me pull up there. You think Imogen was erasing things in Iron Flames? So do you think the new Vinny brother is now? I mean, it could be Garrick. It could be Zayden. I mean, there's so many gone. Sound check. I'm still here, Tiki Talkie. I'm thinking. There could be a lot of. I mean, there could be so many things. It could. So the Vinny stealing the eggs, that could have happened, but remember, Barlow was already a Vinny on the inside. So I think, I wonder, that's a good one. There's a couple there. I'll have to think about this one. There's a couple, but there's definitely one of these things where we're missing like a chunk, a chunk. We're missing like one bit that'll make it there. So see Laura, yeah, Smith. See, that could like Eric has been gone most of this chapter. Nobody's looking at him. And Eric, if he can actually see the future, knew this was going to happen. So who's to say Eric didn't take the eggs and hide them? You see what I'm saying? That's kind of like, that's where my first thing goes if I sit down. Oh, Pamcheck stole the eggs. That could be true. Ooh, Pamcheck could have stole the eggs. That might have been part of the agreement. But again, Eric was going south, and south is where the island is. So listen, we can sit down. This will be now that we're done. Now that we're done, we can whiteboard the shit out of this on Sundays too. So, you know what I mean? So we can do that. And Berwyn's son's Jack Barlow. That's Barlow. Berwyn's Barlow. I'm 90% sure Berwyn and Barlow. That's what I think. Berlin and Barlow. Yeah, please tag me. Please tag me in the videos. I will check them out. But I don't know, Barlow, he was the first one. He's the kind of stronger, you know what I'm saying? I think Berwyn, exactly. Berwyn is Nailin, whatever the fuck that chode's name is. And then he got Barlow. And he took Barlow. And I think that's how that whole spiel goes right there. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Q. We got that. He got that short. Yeah, whatever. So we get there. All right. So, wow, 140. That might be our new record, right? That might be a new record for likes, y'all. Oh, wow. That's crazy. So, really quick, what did you say, Courtney? So, Ashen, how is this working? It's all in the Discord. So the way we're gonna do Ashen is probably tomorrow. I'm gonna have to film my review videos for these, and then I think we're gonna start because we wanted to do the first chapters live, right? 150K before. Y'all can get that last 7K before you finish out. Y'all can get that last 7K before you finish out. So I guess the question is for Ashen, y'all wanted to do the first 5 chapters live. So we can either do it Saturday night or we can do it Sunday after a brunch. Your live contains theme that some may find uncomfortable and has been restricted. Somebody reported us again. Oh, well. 150K for all the buttons. Sounds like a plan. Okay, Sunday. So we'll start Ashen on Sunday. Please not available on Sunday. Oh, snaggle-laggle TikTok. Y'all want to start on Monday? You want to start on Monday? Yeah, that happens, Bobby Lee. Saturday? I see a Saturday. And okay, I'll tell you what. We'll figure it out, discuss it. She said Saturday, and neither am I. I'm moving. Monday sounds good. It's public. Sunday works. Okay. No, I'm not available Saturday. Sunday. Okay. So Sunday we're good. Okay. Sunday we're good. Okay. Not available Saturday. Sunday we're good. So on this one, listen, this is P series. So this is P series. So if P was not able to be on a live, it's not going to get scheduled. That's just if it's your series, that's just how we're going to go. So, okay. So P, you said we're good for Sunday. So we will start Ashen Sunday. As long as P's ready for that, we'll do the brunch and then we'll do Ashen on Sunday. I think that's what we're looking at. So, okay. So let's see. You got 2 more K. 2 more K. So while we are, excuse me, looks like I need to get Ashen's here. Okay. So what are we doing? Yes, we will do Judge Wise first. So Sunday, we will do regular brunch. We'll start at 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll do 30, 45 minutes of Judge Wise. We'll do some theories and we'll have some more discussions and we'll work that out. And then we will 5 chapters of Ashen on Sundays. We will do 5 chapters. Yes, we are going to try to do everything we can to stick to the 5-chapter rule back from now on. I know that we kind of broke it during Fourth Wing in the Imperium series, and I do want to apologize for that. But with the changing over, with the dual streaming and everything else, and adding the lives into it, you know, unfortunately this series had to be the one that we had to work out the kinks. So we will be going. So a midday. Yeah, we'll probably start Ashen Sunday about like noonish for us. So I think that's like 8 o'clock for you in the Australias. So I think that works out. So but yeah, we're gonna try to stick to the 5K for that one for sure. All right. So now since everybody has been here with us all night long, all right, DW, you are in charge of the buttons. You get a full button. Y'all get the full buttons. The question is which order would you like them? I will read along and do. You can read along, or you can. Or y'all can just go ahead and read the 5. Be the 5 in front of me, so that way you at least know what's happening. However y'all want to do it. But just let me know. We're gonna do that. But yeah, I will be doing the 5 a day. Awesome. As soon as we get done, I have a visit with Rune, and I will go look at some videos. All right. DW, what you got? 3:30 a.m. start time for me. What? We have to get Mon closer. You want to go through the fields with me? Oh, she goes 1, 3, 5, 7. Okay, I got you. I see how you're doing it. All right, here we go. I like your style, DW. I like your style. All right, for my voices on the way to finish it out for 150,000 likes. Thank you all. And thank you for getting me through the Imperium series in Onyx Storm tonight. Ready, boys and girls? Here we go.
Rune Dannon, Crown Prince of the Balbaran Fae.
That was one. That's always one. And number 3. And if you notice on the big drop, the bitch that is a there was 3. Then we went to 5. Here you go. The Sinner. Who did we make the Sinner? Oh, the Sinner was Caltani. The Sinner was Caltani. The Sinner was Caltani. Caltane. No, Caltani. I can say the names however I want. Mama Sarah J said that last night on the podcast. Fucking correct my names, bitches. Sorry. We don't have many redheads, y'all. We did the best we could. There wasn't very many redheads. We did the best we could. Y'all want All right. Okay, so that was 5, and then you said to 7. All right, here we go with 7 for today. Yes, told Mama. Ooh, Gwen? Okay, we got to find some Gwen picks. Okay. All right, so that was there, and then she went all the way, and then she went 8 to down, right? So then we got to 8. Here is 8.
I'm telling you to loosen up my buttons, baby, but you keep frontin', saying what you gon' do to me, but I ain't seen nothing. I'm telling you to loosen up my buttons, baby, but you keep frontin', saying what you gon' do to me, but I ain't seen nothing.
Right? We listen. If y'all see, we tried we try to pick the songs that kind of Mitch and then buttons because I'm in control of the buttons. You know what I'm saying? We try. We really try. All right, here we go. And then we snuck in a brunette. Who's the brunette? Who's the brunette? Hang on. Who's the brunette?
But you keep frontin', saying what you gon' do to me, but I ain't seen nothing.
That was Chael. We got one Legolas in there too. Still need some more. Yeah. I don't have Sam. Oh, well, Sam. So we're working on. Yeah, it's a dark one. We're working on Sam. Sam and they're gonna be on another button. That's going to be a sad button. They're going to be a sad button. Okay, so that was the Blondies. And then we need, okay, so that was where we go. Blah, 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 blah. I don't remember where we're at now. What was that? 8, 6. Right, we go 4, 1, 2, 3. Oh, 4. To do it again. Sorry. Okay, sorry, I hit the wrong button, so we're gonna have to go back. I was supposed to do 6 this time, so this is 6.
Make you kneel, watch you break. I take whatever I decide to take. Leave my mark so everybody sees that you only worship on your fucking knees. Pull your hair and tell you you're my whore. Hurt you till you're begging me for more. Yeah.
Okay. And then we go back to 4. Oh, that's funny. All right. That is our buttons, and we'll end with everybody's favorite.
Rune Dannon, Crown
my
Prince of the
favorite.
Balbaran Fae.
At least. All right. Okay. So, how your live contain is it still been restricted? It can't be. I don't care. Did we get 2? Did we get 2? Let's find out. 1. I'm gonna forget about the gingers. IDW's like, no, give me my gingers. The gingers. I make sure the people get what they need. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, we're gonna go one more time. We'll go all the way up and then all the way down, and then we're gonna end the stream. That way we're at an even time to start. So here we go. One more time. Enjoy.
Rune Dannon, Crown Prince of the Balbaran Fae.
And your number 2 button for the day, your ginger snaps. Enjoy. Number 3, your dark. Stop talking over them. Vega said I went blind in my ear. Hang on, Vega. I got something for that. Hang on.
Make you kneel.
Oh. Six hours. Oh, that's funny. All right.
I'm telling you, loosen up my buttons, baby. But you keep frontin', saying what you gon' do to me. But I ain't seen nothing. I'm telling you to loosen up my buttons, baby. But you keep frontin', saying what you gon' do to me. But I ain't seen nothing.
Woo, all right, everybody. Yes, we just finished it. We just finished Onyx Storm tonight there, Mel Jr. All right, everybody. I want to thank everybody for coming out here and finishing Onyx Storm with us, as we were just saying. We will be live again Sunday. Join us Sunday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time for our regular scheduled brunch with me and Liz. We will do that, and then after that, we will start our new series Sunday, Ashen. Join us. Yeah, Mel, I loved it. It was pretty good. It was a really good series. I'll have some review videos out tomorrow on it, as a matter of fact, giving my overalls reviews. So, it was good. We'll upload. Gotcha. Thank you, Belle. All right, everybody. We're glad to see you. Glad to hang out, especially tonight and last night. Would I recommend it? Yes, I would definitely recommend it. I would recommend the series. Definitely recommend it. No problem. Yes. If I was going to give it a quick rating overall, the series from where it's at, it's easily a 4.5 to 5 star, depending on what you want to do. But I definitely liked it. I definitely enjoyed it thoroughly. All right, everybody. With that being said, we're going to end this live. Until next time, folks. Excuse me. I appreciate everybody coming out. Until then, just don't. Yeah. Woo! Onyx Storm last chapter is going to get you. Get ready for that one. All right, folks. As always, stay happy, stay healthy. We love you. Have a good one. Bye-bye.